Warning. You are entering Open Lines Friday. For today anything goes. Thank you for your cooperation.
Listos pelos chingazos! Listos pelos chingazos!
I'm going to bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's going to be biblical.
All right, this is King Bucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. Again, this is King Bucho, not Mr. BDA. I know I haven't been hosting for a while now, so yeah, this is King Bucho, not Mr. BDA. I don't know if he's gonna be joining us later, guys. Let me know if the sound is okay because I changed microphone and I changed a bunch of shit. So if the sound is too loud or too low, let me know. Anything goes, you know how it is on Open Lines Friday. The link is in the description of the video. The link will be posted in the chat. And let's get this party started. Yes, I listened to a little bit of the show yesterday. What a bunch of retards do we have in this world. I mean, these people these Tank Davis fans, they need to jump in and let's have a civilized discussion. All right, let's talk about Tank Davis's career, if you want to call it that. It's complete fucking garbage. I cannot believe people are defending this guy. So, yep, let's get this party started. We already have somebody here. All right. We have Son of Pigeon. Is this the legendary Pigeon?
Nah, I wish I can't be as graceful as him, you know.
I thought he was Pigeon. I thought he was the one and only.
On the river. You didn't see
change
that,
your name. Change your name. How dare you? How dare you? But anyways, welcome to the show. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Tank Davis's career. We're gonna. Yeah. Go ahead.
I posted it. Yeah, T50 boo. I posted this yesterday in the BDA server, the normal BDA server. So this is, a lot of people like to talk about Tank Davis's like 10 opponents he fought that were like former current world titleists. So I made a quick rundown real quick, and it's only gonna take me a minute to go over where they were at in their career and who they were when he fought them. So Hector Luis Garcia, the fighter before Ryan, had never made a title defense. Okay, he won after beating Chris Colbert. He won the vacant title against another nobody. He was never a consensus top fighter ever. He was at best a top 4 or 5 fighter for a brief point in time at 130, who Tank pulled up in weight. Barrios was elevated with just one decent win against a shot to pieces Ugas, and this is the same Barrios that lost almost every round to retired Thurman. Usyk, Cruz, and Romero, who were quote-unquote champions, never beat a top 10 Ring Magazine fighter ever in their career. Jesus Cuellar was a WBA regular champion. He was coming off an 18-month layoff against Tank Davis, and I think he had just lost to Abner Mares, and he was going to go up in weight. And Tank was also supposed to pull up Abner Mares, but his eyes kind of ruined his career. So Cristobal Cruz was 1-7-2 in his last 10 fights, but he was a former champion, 1-7-2 in his last 10 fights before fighting Tank Davis, been knocked out many times. Leo Santa Cruz was a quote-unquote 4-8 world champion, but he looked absolutely dog shit at 130. He was barely ranked in the top 10 by Ring Magazine after his win against some nobody, because the guy he fought for a vacant title wasn't even sanctioned by the WBA or any other sanctioning body in the top 15 or 10 in their rankings. And you know why the WBA colludes with the PBC and Tank Davis. That's why they give him these regular email belts, and that's why they elevate him whenever the super titles go vacant, because the WBA, they collude with the PBC. Yeah, and Leo Santa Cruz looked horrible. He's a blown up bantamweight or junior featherweight at best. And then the only really, and again, Boa hadn't been a champion in 6 or 7 years, right? And then Pedraza, was like the only decent name on his list is Pedraza.
Somebody
And some
posted
people thought he lost to Edgar
2017.
Terry.
2017.
Yep, that's his best win is 2017 Pedraza. Or
Some people now mention the Ryan Garcia. The Ryan Garcia fight now people are bringing it up, but then at the same time, like, so are you admitting that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney? Because these people that defend Tank Davis also discredit Ryan Garcia's win. They don't count it because officially. So yeah, they're contradicting themselves.
Well, no, actually, I think a lot of Haney and Tank fans go at each other. But what it is when you look at the Ryan Garcia win, this guy was rated in the top 5 at lightweight, but it should never even been rated as a top 5 fighter at 135 because he literally had not fought in the division in over 2 years. His last 2 fights were at higher weight classes, like at 140 or catch weight at 142 against Fortuna. The last fight he had at lightweight before Tank Davis was against fucking Luke Campbell, which was over 2 years before he fought Tank. So they knew Ryan Garcia visibly outgrew the weight class. So what they did is Tank and his handlers eventually dragged him down, and put a rehydration clause on him, and they fought, a mummy. And Ryan Garcia, as talented as he is, he's one of those guys who'll sell his ass for $15-20 million, and that's exactly what he did. So that's all I got to say on that. But Tank Davis' career is completely manufactured. The amount of quote-unquote champions he beat are just nobodies. The only person that's halfway decent on that list when we're talking about actual credible champions was Pedraza, and that's it. So his best win was
people in the chat are saying that shit. Only name on Tank's resume that was a champ was Pedraza. Of course. Yep. Yeah, I think we all agree on this.
And people like to talk about how Stank Davis knocked out Pedraza. No, Pedraza was on his feet in round 10, and they just called the fight after he got up.
The PBC stoppage.
Yep. Yeah. And Lomachenko went in there and dropped the guy twice in the 11th round.
You forgot
Harvey
to
Dock
mention.
Was given a slow count.
Go ahead, my bad. No, my bad. You forgot to mention that Tank Davis is 30 years old.
Yep.
30 years old, guys.
Never fought a Ring Magazine lineal champion. Never fought a Hall of Famer or a unified champion, to my knowledge, as well. No, maybe Gamboa was former unified at featherweight, but that was years and years after Tank or before Tank fought him. So.
It was off the bacon, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I hear pundits talk about Tank's power is real. It's real. I mean, is it? How do we know? Fighting guys, Barrios had a rehydration clause, and he's a big kid. I know the guy personally. Trust me, he was drained. Ryan Garcia, catch weight, rehydration clause. Everybody else was small or just sucked like Rolly. So it's like Wilder when everybody swore up and down Wilder's the killer just because he's dropping Tyson Fury, who gets dropped by cruiserweights like Steve Cunningham. Tyson Fury gets dropped every fucking fight. So is Wilder, was he a big puncher as everybody thought? I don't think so.
I think that power is real, but it's not that much. It's they exaggerate it. Like, look, he fought this little guy. What's his name? Pitbull Cruz. He never landed anything. And Cruz was never deterred by Tank's power at all. So
he hit him with a couple of shots, and I saw more of a reaction when what's his name, when Rayo hit him. Rayo actually stung him a couple of times.
You're right. He did more damage.
But yeah, I mean, the Tank landed a couple of uppercuts and hooks, but it didn't do anything.
Hold on, just Crawford's loaded glove. We can barely hear you, so I don't know if you should. It's very low, man.
It's low. Hold on.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I agree. I think Tank's power is, I mean, he has power, but it's overrated in my opinion.
And look, I want to like him. I want to, because I love that we have different flavors of fighters. And I like when we have the inner city tough kid who made it through. We came from nothing. He has a good story, and he has the look. People just gravitate towards him. Especially the youngsters who, you know what I mean? Because I know a bunch, and they believe the hype, but it's just, I gotta tell the truth, man. It's just the kid is all hype until we fight somebody.
Absolutely, I don't have anything. I mean, there's no reason. I don't want to hate him. I want I want a boxer that's gonna provide entertainment via knockouts. Tank looked like he was gonna be that guy, but he's really not, and he's not fighting anybody. So at this point, I'm not gonna fucking defend this guy. I'm gonna say it the way it is. This guy's a fraud.
Yeah, and so far the game plan is working there because they are making money, not Canelo money. He can't say he's the face of boxing because he's not making nearly what Canelo makes or drawing kind of people that Canelo, the pay-per-views and the attendance records. But the thing is, we're going down a slippery slope if y'all keep hyping this kid up because I see a kid behind him in Kermel Moulton who's going to go down the same path of not fighting anybody, just clout chasing, doing the bait and switch, and everybody's going to fall into this hype. Oh, this kid's a killer and he's not going to fight anybody. I mean, this kid's 18 and it's hard to get excited about him because Tank's 30 and he still hasn't fought anybody.
He's still decent though. He's not like the worst thing ever. He's just not pound for pound like top 10 worthy.
I mean, I wish he was. I wish he would prove it. I wish he fought the best guys because we can use a Tank. If Tank beat the shit out of Devin Haney or Ryan legitly or these guys, then he would be good for boxing, man. But he's only good for a niche audience, which is his type of folks that.
Okay, he's decent. He's decent, but somehow he's in the pound for pound list. He's in a bunch of pound for pound lists. And like somebody said, they're calling him the face of boxing, all this bullshit. Why are they getting this from? Hey Crawford, I can't hear this guy.
Yeah, but these are just. You're pretty.
You're extremely low, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
But these are like affirmative action pound for pound lists
Exactly.
and stuff, and a lot of like Haney shouldn't be on there. Stank shouldn't be on there. The reason I don't know how Taraji isn't on a pound for pound list. And what's crazy is the Ring magazine also plays their race politics. That's why the Transitional Boxing Board controls a little bit better. They have Taraji and Teofimo on their pound for pound list, which should be on there. They don't have Haney on there.
Well, they're owned by Disney, bro. They're owned by Disney.
Yeah, Ring is, so that would make sense because if you look, I mean, Teofimo is the #1 fighter at 140. He's ranked as the Lineal Ring Magazine champ at 140. Yet Haney, who's right behind him in those rankings, is above him on the pound for pound list. Makes no sense.
Oh my fucking god!
See, that's why I like places like BDA because I mean, it's when you have media that goes to fights and they get credentialed and they have to talk to. You have to politic because look at Ellie Setback. He sucks everybody's nuts, and that's why he's always in the backstage, always getting videos because it's a political thing. If Chris Algieri says the truth, because Chris Algieri and even names like that, like they cap for these guys. The only person I like that doesn't is Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley actually, I'm surprised he hasn't got fired yet or removed because he actually tells the truth. Or he's harsh on people, even if you agree with him. He still goes in hard. Like some of the takes, I don't agree with him, but I'm like, at least he had the balls to say this guy is trash or he's boring. Even against his own.
Cheerleading for Shakur, he didn't say that.
Yeah, even Shakur, he said Shakur was boring. He said it's time for that coffee. I mean, he didn't say. He said
because Shakur started talking shit about him. He bad.
He had to say something.
Talk shit about him. Tank talked shit about him, and he's like, and he was right. He said Tank's resume can't touch mine. He's like, I fought killers. This guy didn't fight anybody.
Yeah, I mean, but boxing is marketing. It's like you're selling a product pretty much. So,
but what's next? The guys who actually go to fights and have access, they have to politic. That's why you'll always get this kind of like sugarcoating when it comes to certain guys because they're teetering the line. That's why it's hard.
All the American fighters, like all the American media, is gonna pander to them to like they want the interviews, they want the access. Like you're saying, they got to see them at fights, they see their camps and stuff like that, so they pander to them a little bit.
Yeah, like Steve Kim is the best of the best. Had he not been so honest throughout his career, he'd probably be on the HBO broadcast, right? But the thing is that if you piss off certain people, they hold it against you. You know what I mean? And Floyd Mayweather was like a huge guy in the PBC and all these guys, man. I've gotten shut down by fighters because I asked them questions they didn't want to answer, but I asked it with respect. And even the guys that I was working for, they would be texting me, "Hey man, bro, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro?" And that's why I couldn't do it anymore because I was like, "Look, man, I'm asking these guys in a respectful manner, and you guys are getting pissed off at me because I'm just asking what people that want to know." You know what I mean? So that's why it's so hard. It's so hard to play that line when you're in there because they'll blackball you.
Yeah, I mean, when you've been around a lot, and you just kind of study that shit. You see it. Like, why was Errol Spence so high up on the pound for pound list for beating 135-pound Mikey Garcia, but You had Charlo, who was undisputed, and Josh Taylor, who were undisputed, not even in the top 10. You know, it's all marketing, bro.
Taylor was on the pound for pound list for quite a while, but
Yeah, but they had Spence like at 6 or like 5 up there for
he
being
got to 5.
135-pound
He was
Mikey
above.
Garcia, bro.
Yeah, I know.
And Thurman's leftovers. And Thurman was never on the pound for pound list.
Yep, and
And all Spence did was beat his leftovers. So it's just like it doesn't make sense at all. It's all marketing.
I still place Canelo above Crawford, believe it or not.
I think it's more politics than marketing.
Pound for pound list.
I think the only pound for pound number 1 and number 2 debate is Canelo and Usyk.
Yeah,
because they're the smallest guy. Well, Canelo's done the most.
I have Usyk Inoue at 1 and 2. Yeah, you can interchange them. And then after that, man, you can. I mean, well, now beterbiev should be maybe number 3, but to have Crawford over Canelo just like that, like it's come on.
It's American, bro.
Crawford's never fought a top level fighter that is naturally bigger than him and won. So like the whole people don't know what pound for pound means. They just turn it to their favorite fighters list. They just turn it to the Crip list, the Black list.
I mean, it's again, Tank Davis is up there in some lists. Devin Haney still like, come on, who else is there? Shakur.
That's just the thing that's crazy to me. Taraji is like a quintessential, like he's objectively a top 6, 7, 8 fighter ever at junior fly. He just beat a guy naturally bigger than him, quintessential pound for pound fighter, 15-1 with 10 KOs in world title fights. Him and Spence, they became a world champion a week apart from each other. Taraji's had 2 times more world title fights than him, was unified, lineal, and now a 2-weight world champion. And somehow, some way, he's never been on a pound for pound list. But Spence got put on a pound for pound list for beating Gennady Golovkin's leftovers and Kell Brook coming down in weight. That's fucking insane. Of course they play race bias and shit like that. You can't say they don't.
That's more politics than marketing, though, in my opinion. Don't you think? Because they're not very marketable, but like the
public, they're marketing to the American public. Like they're like, okay, this guy's American, so we need to sell to the American audience. Like even take Roy Jones.
Yeah, but nobody's buying.
Roy Jones is never a lineal champ. Roy Jones never fought for a Ring Magazine belt, but people say he's the best ever. So he never fought as a number 1 or number 2 in the division. He never fought that battle. He never had like one of those big like fights like that versus like top tier competition. But everyone will say, oh man, the best fighter I ever seen, it was Roy Jones. Bro, you didn't fight Eubanks, you didn't fight Nigel Benn, you didn't fight Steve Collins, you didn't fight McKenzie. Like you didn't fight any of these like big fights that would have gave you like a Ring Magazine belt or even a lineal belt at any weight class you were in. So how are you the best ever when you didn't prove it?
Look, I agree with y'all. I agree with everything y'all are saying, but it's like maybe political. But what's also going on is boxing is a niche sport, and it's getting more niche by the year. And what we're seeing the Eastern European takeover, like Paulie predicted. He said these Eastern Europeans they're gonna take over boxing and MMA because there's some tough SOBs. And so I think that's what it is, where they're trying to keep a grasp on the American market, because if it's all Eastern Europeans, like I think it might happen, it's a big possibility. How are you going to sell that in America?
In the higher weight class.
But that's not even
all you need is knockouts.
It's been happening like that. Paulie just now said it.
How did they sell Golovkin to the crowd? No, but how did they do it? I'll tell you how they did. The guy was fighting consistently. Hold on, let me finish. He fought 3 times a year, and he was putting on exciting shows. He was knocking people out. That's all you fucking need. He doesn't need to speak fucking English. He doesn't need to speak this and that. That's what it is.
He had little one-liners and stuff, but he was
knocking people out the universal language.
Yeah, but the thing also Golovkin had, he was in a glamour division, and he had his nemesis is the biggest name in boxing in Canelo. So it's like the Pacquiao Mayweather thing. They kept bouncing their names off each other, and it kept growing the interest.
I agree, but at the beginning, Golovkin wasn't calling out the Canelo. It wasn't in the discussion. And yes, it's a glamour division, but I think it was more of the knockouts, man. Fighting 3 times a year. So you see him constantly every year.
Chris and Golovkin's manager or whatever, the one that's Usyk's manager, and that was a really good interview. He pretty much broke down like how they got Golovkin to that point, and he was just saying that they got him on HBO. He didn't want max money or anything to like fight. Like he didn't like every fight. He wasn't looking for the most money. They were just like, we're gonna fight you consistently, and you're gonna take decent fights. And then Golovkin was just open to fight anybody. He didn't care what the name was.
Exactly.
He didn't care about the skill level.
That's the recipe.
He was the top guy, and he put on the show. He would put on the shows, beat all these guys. Eventually, the Canelo thing happened because Canelo beat Cotto. He won that championship, and then Golovkin wanted that fight. because he wanted all the belts at 160. But you know, Canelo did the 155 thing, and then they eventually fought. So I mean, that's nothing. But that's how that actually happened.
Golovkin had
That
the
link.
X factor.
So it was all natural.
Yeah, Golovkin had the X factor too, and it's something that's really hard to explain because he has that certain look, he has that certain charm, the way he comes across, and it's like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao didn't speak good English, but he has a certain friendliness and likableness about him that people love, and it's something that it's hard to explain. But when they have it, they have it. They just have that charisma that just people like, you know what I mean? Because if you look at the guy who just beat Tim Tszyu, you can't sell that guy. I don't care how many he can get 50 knockouts in a row. You can't sell that guy. The same thing with
But Golovkin was known too.
I disagree. I think you could sell that guy that beat Tszyu. I mean, if he knocks out everybody, he fights 3 times a year. People are gonna start to know this guy and go, "Oh shit, this guy's dangerous. This guy's like a beterbiev, let's say."
Or you turn him into a villain, right? If you can't make everybody like him, make everybody hate him.
Yeah, of course.
Just start talking shit.
But that's like Tank has it too, man. Tank has that kind of it factor where he's marketable, he's sellable.
Of course.
And it's about how you come across. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound fruity, but looks have a lot to do with it. Like a lot of girls love Triple G. They's like, man, this guy's cute, blah blah blah, and that goes a long way, man. Look at Oscar. I mean, that shit goes a long way, bro. Like
the problem with Tank, I don't think is his the way he's perceived, his character, whatever. I think it has to do with the way he's being managed. We were talking about the recipe. We were talking about the recipe for success the recipe of success that Triple G used. Tank Davis is doing the complete opposite. I mean, this guy's not even fighting 3 times a year. How he fights once.
It's on the fighter. It's on the fighter too, because Triple G pretty much. If you heard the interview with Tom Loeffler when he was on, I think it was Chris Mannix lately, he said Golovkin was like taking really short money. He's like, I don't care, put me in however. He wasn't getting paid. He was getting paid peanuts, but he knew it was going to pay off at the end. With somebody like Tank, he doesn't want to fight these guys, and he wants a lot of money. He's a diva, exactly. And like that's the thing. But I think Tank, he has to take ownership by now. In the beginning, when he was young, I could tell, okay, we're going to handle your career. We're going to tell you what to do, little buddy. Okay, cool. But now he's seeing what Canelo's getting, and he's not getting a fraction of that. So it has to be him, too, that's saying, nah, I'm okay with not fighting anybody.
Yeah, I would expect a sense of urgency. By the way, Greg Terrible, thank you for your super chat. He says, Triple G sucks ass. Bernard Hopkins was better. Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't know how
that's debatable, but Bernard Hopkins, nobody knows him. Nobody likes him. Bernard Hopkins, I mean, even to this day, he's an asshole in public, man. Like, he couldn't sell tickets.
Yeah, well, I think he's talking about, like, who would have won in the ring, I think. So
yeah, right. Bernard Hopkins has been jumping out of that ring.
Yeah,
you've seen him do that before.
Yeah.
I won't lose to a white boy. Probably would have got knocked out by a white boy.
Maybe. I mean, Hopkins was pretty tricky, though. I don't know.
Yeah, Biop was a pound for pound number 1 at one time, but Golovkin is skilled enough to beat him too. So it's like that's a really good fight. Even though that guy's talking shit, it's a good fight. It's hard to study either guy.
Let's stop talking about these. Oh, good.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's stop talking about these old fucks, because like, what's next for Teo? Because it seems like Eddie Hearn's gonna try and set up Paro versus Catterall. So what fight can he get? I mean, Ramirez looks shot, so Teo's gonna beat that ass. Hideoka's a good fight, but nobody knows him.
Teo's got a big fight coming up, man. He's not gonna win. He's gonna get his ass whooped by Bob Arum in court.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Bob Arum. Yeah, top rank. I don't know.
What happens to him after that? Because there's, Barboza still.
He's gonna get blackballed. He's gonna get blackballed.
Yeah, he's gonna get blackballed.
Like Mikey Garcia. It's gonna be like Mikey Garcia. He's gonna go to court. He's gonna be in over his head, and he's gonna be stuck on the sidelines for 2 years until that contract runs out.
Yeah, Teo just needs to fight his contract.
Exactly.
He just needs to try.
Yeah, but I think Mikey Garcia was happy with the whole thing because he never really wanted to box. When it comes to Teofimo, I don't think he can stay on the sidelines for that long. I think he does want to fight. I think he wants to fight. He wants to fight.
Court process, dude. He explained everything about it. And he said that they tried to blackball him, and then he actually won the lawsuit in the end. But it took like 2 years, and they tried to stall him out and everything. He was talking about how Bob Arum just like, he's a pro at this because his background is in law. He's a lawyer. So he's like, when it comes to Bob Arum and you try to do anything like behind their back, they'll stall you out. So they're gonna do that to Teo, man.
But what fight
Well,
did he
yeah,
get?
I mean, rightfully
potentially?
so. If you signed him and you put all that money invested into Teo, and he bites the hand that feeds him, yeah, fuck him. And I think he is hungry, like where he likes to box. But if he goes to court with Bob Arum, he's gonna lose big, and he's not gonna be seen for a while.
Yeah, and I don't think he has the money to
So
like
nobody beats a Jew in court. Is that what you're saying?
fight him for that long. Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
That's out of his weight
Well, maybe you
class.
can, but Teo doesn't. I don't think Teo has the money to do it right now.
No, he wouldn't even know who to hire properly either. I'm telling you right now, you'd want a specific type of lawyer for that. You probably hired the wrong guy.
You need a Jewish lawyer. By the way, what did Teofimo Lopez say about Crawford?
I think he's called him a monkey, right? That's
but I don't get it. Why did he call him a monkey? And what's the other? He wants to fight him or what? Like,
yeah, it seems like he just wants to get a big fight. He's tired of getting, blackballed and ducked, I guess. I don't know. Because it seems like a lot of these top guys, at 140 aren't going to fight him. Doesn't look like Paro and
no,
Catterall
those fights. Yeah, exactly. So that's not happening. What else is there at 140?
Bob was saying he was supposed to fight Jose Ramirez, and he didn't want to take it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Which
shot
is like, why
fighter.
don't you just take it, dude?
I did.
Yeah,
To be honest, I don't give a fuck about that
take
fight.
it.
Who wants to see Jose Ramirez again? This guy, like, he's obviously not mentally all there anymore.
He got destroyed by Ram.
Yeah, he got.
Almost destroyed by Ram.
But at least take the
He got
fight, right?
butt
If you sign
broken.
the contract, and, like they're trying to build you up. At least take the fight. Don't just like go off and like, because now you're gonna get blackballed.
He has a strong fan base. You have to give him that.
Who's that?
Ramirez.
Oh yeah. No, Ramirez isn't that good, but just like for Teo to continue his career, like you have to take fights like that.
Well, you have to take something. This guy, I mean, I don't remember what the last time he fought. When was it?
But look, Teo's a man without a country, man. Like he's like kind of like the Cubans, because like the Puerto Ricans don't love him, the Mexicans don't love him. He really doesn't have a country to fall back on to back him, and he shot himself in the foot a couple of times, losing and looking like shit with the way he comes in hot and cold. Like this, he's trying all the angles. He's trying to jump on Canelo's nuts to be like, oh, hopefully I can get some of his fan base to back me up. It's not gonna work, but I don't know. Teo's a mess. I like Teo, and that goes to show you, man. It's not the promoters; it's the fighters that are the problem here in America. Because at first, and it's not us that are shady, that we're fickle fans. No, at first Teo was doing what we wanted him to do. He was hungry. He took the fights. We loved him for it. Then he turned into a fucking diva, and he just got in over his head. And now we can't stand him. So it's not our fault that we're fickle. It's
I still like Teo. I still think he wants a big fight. So I'm not gonna shit on him just because he's black, so avoiding him and shit. And like you got these other faggot white boys that are gonna try and fight each other and avoid him too. So because he deserves his opportunity. He hasn't had a big fight in it'll be about 2 years by the time a big one comes.
I mean,
And,
does he deserve it though? Does he? He doesn't
I
sell.
mean, at this point, no. I mean, that Lomachenko win was a long time ago now.
I feel like he sells more than Haney does, right?
Oh, well, no.
No,
I mean, yeah, that's comparing a turd to diarrhea, bro.
Well, I mean, he's getting that kind of push. I'm just saying.
Well, that Josh Taylor win was pretty good, though, right? But then again, Josh Taylor was coming off technically a loss from Catterall, right? So
it didn't age well.
It doesn't change the fact that at that time, even if you thought Taylor lost to Catterall, he was at worst the second best fighter in the division. That's why Catterall and Teo need to fight after Catterall beats Prograis. I don't want to see no ducking. I don't want to see no Catterall fighting Paro. None of that shit. If he beats Prograis, they need to fight so we can see who the best in the division is.
I wouldn't mind seeing Paro against Teofimo, though.
That too. That's a good fight.
I mean, that's
too.
a good fight.
Well, that's the thing. Teo needs somebody to lead, because if the people figured out, if you don't come at Teo, he doesn't know what to do. And that's why he looked like shit his last
He's a
fight.
counterpuncher, yeah. So what's Teofimo Lopez? So what is Teofimo Lopez's plan? Like, what do you think his plan is? I mean, we don't know, but what could it be? Like, just
talk enough shit and leverage yourself into a fight with somebody. That's what it seems to me.
That's terrible, man.
And he has a psycho dad at holding the reins. So, man, it's a train wreck, man.
That's the problem.
Yeah, he needs to just make the fights, just fight somebody, get in there and get some rounds in.
He might have to fight Paro in Australia, but fuck it, if you can get the fight and you can get big money doing it, that might be what
guys. He was supposed to headline the last Top Rank card, and he turned it down because he thought that he took some bad advice, and ESPN and Top Rank pretty much said, "All right, kid, if you don't want to take this, we ain't doing you no favors, man." So now he's on the sidelines. He ended up that same weekend down at some shitty ass little card here in San Antonio. I saw videos that my friends were posting. But why the fuck is Teo in this little shitty ass like local card when he should have been on the main event? The kid has no sense.
His father, I blame his father. Greg Terrible with another super chat. No message, but I appreciate the super chat. Thank you.
Honestly, that Lomachenko fight might be the worst thing that ever happened to Teofimo. Like maybe it just got to his head that like he's like, okay, I beat this guy, now I'm the biggest thing ever, so I can only take big fights.
He took a year off. He took a year off after that. Like, why wouldn't you strike the iron when it's hot? You're young. You didn't take a lot of punishment, and he sat out. It's nuts, man.
Yeah, he might have been searching for that Haney fight at the time, but I don't know. Maybe he moved too fast, and it just, it became.
I just want to see Teo keep winning so these blacks and keep crying. I don't care if he beats white people. Fuck it. Teo's part white anyways. That's all I had to say. Decapitate women and use their head as bowling balls. All right, sorry, I'm ungraceful. I'm out.
Well, I have a certain level for Teo, respect for Teo and Devin, as crazy as it sounds, because at least they're fighting.
Boris, brother.
Who was that wacky commentator, man? Whoa.
Oh, what's he talking about? What wacky commentator? Tim Bradley?
No, I guess y'all didn't hear him. He just went on a little rant and left.
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's typical, isn't it?
Yeah, why he leave? Why he leave all of a sudden? Did you scare him? Did you scare him?
I don't know. He acted like somebody booted him. He was like, all right,
I think he got scared. He threatened to eat his apple.
Dude, this is not brother, by the way. This is Dora on a different account. I broke my iPhone 10.
Yeah, your voice sounds different on this phone.
You sound way better on this phone.
Yeah, the other one sounded shit.
It's because I'm on my PC. I got a mic. That's why. So it's because I got a mic on my PC.
Oh, well, that sounds much better, man. I don't know what the hell you were using before. Some Motorola. Was it the old phones there?
No, but
anyways,
you're trying to lay in bed and talk to us on his pillow. That's what it was.
I think the phone had a motor on it because he's not talking like 5,000 miles a minute.
No, that's the medication.
That's
I don't take China pills. I don't take China pills, bitch.
Anyways, so what we're talking about Teofimo Lopez's. This show was supposed to be Tank Davis. Well, the show was supposed to be about Tank Davis because I listened to yesterday's show and we had a bunch of retarded callers. I mean, can't believe these fucking callers, man. Where are these people?
What they say?
They're defending Tank Davis, basically.
It's nonsensical, though. They're just
oh yeah, no, I heard a guy call back like 2 or 3 times defending Tank Davis. It was obnoxious. The guy
he was going to fight is fucking terrible, dude. That Lamont Roach is terrible. I'm glad that fight got canceled.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Bucha, that fight officially got canceled, which is funny because we were just talking about yesterday about the rumors that they were having problems. Now the fight's just completely off, and I think it has more to do with I don't know about the venue, bro. That could be a convenient excuse. Yeah, but I would say that they felt the backlash, bro, and they said, you know what? Let's just scrap the whole fucking idea.
Well, okay, Sobers, is it a combination of yes, the pay-per-views are dog shit always. Everyone knows that. But is it the combination of the projections of the gate? Because once the gate starts doing bad, because he does have good gate, but once his gate starts doing bad, then it's like it's no brainer. They've got to scrap it.
Well, that's probably why they wanted to switch the venue, so they have to pay as much over the top, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's supposed to be his whole thing, right? Like, oh, he don't sell those pay-per-views like that, but he makes money at the gate, and people show up. People don't buy his fights, but they show up to see him. That's what I hear, right? That's what
hold on.
Yeah, we've all heard that.
First of all, okay, 2 things. One, super chat. I gotta read this one. It's from Greg Terrible again with a 3rd super chat. I appreciate that. He says, "Wasn't Teofimo Lopez and Rolly Romero hating on Ryan Garcia just to hate?" I don't remember. I mean, I don't know, man. Were they hating? Was he hating on? Was Teofimo Lopez hating? I don't
really taking shots at him, to be honest. When he was going through whatever he was going through, they're kind of like, "Oh man, hope he gets better. Shit's crazy." I don't really think they hated on him.
No, I don't remember.
I'm having a hard time giving a fuck about any of these guys. Haney.
Yeah, exactly. I don't give a fuck, man.
Like these guys all fucking suck. At one point, I was really high on Teo. I thought when he was doing well, when he
y'all say that because y'all know Tank is the best one out of all of them.
What?
right, hold on.
Y'all say that because y'all know Tank is the best one. I'm back, bitches. Now let's clear this up.
Hold on. Can I, before you go in, let me just say that somebody in the chat is saying that it's wrong. It's not canceled. So is the fight canceled? Yes or no? I would like to know. I'm gonna check. Anyways, go ahead, Remarkable.
All right. So who are the guys y'all say Tank need to fight? All that Tank ducking.
There are hold on. I'll tell you. The guys that he needed to fight.
No, say their names. Say their names.
Hold on. Let me fucking talk. The guys he needed to fight, they already left the division. This dude hung around.
Who are they? Say their names.
Teofimo.
So let's stop. Teofimo. Teofimo.
Right now.
I just gave you four.
Okay, all right, bet. Can I talk?
No.
Teofimo got his ass kicked by Cambosos and dropped by Sandor Martin.
That doesn't fucking matter, dude. He should have fought him when he had the chance.
Devin Haney, my turn to talk. Devin Haney got his ass kicked by Ryan Garcia. If y'all don't care that, let me talk. If y'all don't,
this is easily dismissible. Let him finish.
If y'all don't care, Ryan took PEDs and was overweight for Devin Haney. A rehydration clause doesn't mean anything. Lomachenko got his ass kicked by 14 lost Toledo after turning pro at 30. What guys? Who guys? Who? Who are the guys Tank ducking?
Hold on, bro. Okay, so
who are the guys Tank ducking?
Hold on, bro. So what you're doing? Look, hold on, bro. What you're doing is you're trying to use
facts.
Hey, bro, shut up for a second. I'll let you talk. Look, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to use fight math. So A fighter beats B fighter, so he no longer has to fight C fighter. You can't say that, dude, because you got to see the fights. That's the most asinine, casual. You don't watch fights. Bullshit you could ever made.
It's worse.
So you just responded to me, right?
It's worse than
you just responded to me. Where did I say? Where did I say?
He's giving clout off of other people's wins.
Dude, you're not
one at a time.
Let me finish.
Where did I say? Notice. Where did I say?
You guys.
Where did I say?
One at a
time. We have to one at a time. Well, okay.
Y'all not letting me talk.
We let you talk, man. You talk.
Y'all not letting me talk.
We let you talk, man. All right, listen. We're gonna do this.
Where did I say? Where did I say Tank should not fight?
Hold on.
Y'all talking over me.
You didn't let me finish.
My God.
So can you finish? So can you finish?
I'm gonna finish right on your forehead.
Are you done?
No.
I'm gonna finish right on your forehead. Just listen. So look. So you brought up Devin Haney, and then you brought up his loss to Ryan, and then you try to bring up, if you don't care about this, you don't care about that. Their fight, Devin Haney getting cheated, losing to whatever happened in that fight, has absolutely nothing to do with Tank Davis fighting the fight, how it would go against Devin Haney. It has nothing to do with Ryan Garcia.
Okay. Can I respond? Y'all not let me respond.
Go ahead.
Did I say Tank don't have to fight them?
But why did you bring up everybody fighting everybody?
I asked the question. I'm asking you a question. You answering a question with a question. I asked the question.
We asked you about why Tank Davis.
Did I say Tank does not have to fight them?
Yes, he does.
Did I say he didn't?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Okay, so I didn't say.
Okay, so who gives a shit? Nobody said you said that.
I didn't even say you did that.
All I said. Y'all not letting me talk. Look at y'all. Y'all not letting me talk. All I said was the guys that y'all say. All I said was the guys that y'all saying Tank is ducking all got their ass kicked by bums.
This is a PBC guy, y'all. This is a PBC.
I just spoke facts.
We know that. Okay, but look, that doesn't correlate with them fighting him, dude. They have more accomplishments.
Okay, did I say...
You don't get extra credit for not taking the fight.
They're higher than him. They're higher than him.
Hold on, though, bro. Look. You're bringing up their losses, bro.
Even with those
losses, these guys are higher up on the totem pole than Davis because he doesn't fight nobody, bro. You can say he hasn't lost, but that doesn't mean shit when you know the climate of the boxing, the weight classes, dude. This guy doesn't fight no champions. You can't say he's better than these dudes because he hasn't lost.
Are you trying to say like Tank is like pound for pound worthy? Is that what you're trying to say? Or you're just saying like he's the best at 135?
Tank beat the guy that beat Devin. That's the guy, y'all. That's two guys y'all say Tank is on the
Oh my god.
Yes,
All you're doing is triangle theory.
Those are facts.
That does not work.
Those are just facts. Those are facts.
Triangle theory does not work with Ray. That's why you're a casual.
Hold on.
You don't talk your triangle theory.
No.
That's a fact.
Nobody here talks about triangle theory.
Hold on, y'all.
That's a fact.
Again, you're using fight math.
It's my fact.
You're using fight math, and that
I'm using resumes. I'm using resumes. I'm using resumes.
All right, guys, one at a time. One at a time.
I'm stating what happens on their resume.
All right, hold on. Okay, hold on.
And I'll let y'all take him on.
Look at you trying to back out. Don't run away now, nigga.
All right,
Come on, do it.
Remarkable. You need to let people talk.
Yeah. Let me cook.
This is the second time.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody to talk.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Quarterback it.
So look. This is the second time you're trying to use fight math, dude.
I'm using their resumes. I'm using facts. Yes, it does. Tank beat the guy that beat him. That's a fact.
Remarkable. You have to.
Look.
Go ahead, Solus. Go ahead, Solus.
Okay, let me go. My mic's about to die. All right, anyways.
So you run away. I cook one of y'all.
Shut the fuck up. My God,
Jesus.
I'm gonna cook you too.
All right.
No, you're not.
Okay,
we'll find out.
All
right, here, hold up. Mucho, mute this fucking faggot crip so I can talk.
All right, go ahead.
Anyways. All right.
Did he mute himself?
I don't know. I think
he ran away too.
No,
So he ran away too.
Give me the third one. Mom's in my room screaming at me, guys. I'm like,
give me the third one.
Get the fuck out of my room. Shut the fuck up.
Give me the next one.
What rank? Wait. What? Salido was ranked what by the Ring Magazine when Lomachenko fought him? What was he ranked in featherweight?
Salido has 14 losses.
What was his rank? What rank was he?
Let somebody talk.
Salido has 14 losses.
Magazine? What was his rank by the Ring Magazine?
You tell me.
Lomachenko fought him. It was number 1 or 2. He was number 1 or 2 in the world. He was number 1 or 2 in the world when Lomachenko fought him in the second fight.
He got robbed.
And secondly, hold up, Crip. Hold up, Crip.
Was undisputed.
All right, okay, hold up. Now I got something else to say.
Undisputed.
I got something else to say to you. Do you know who Jose Napoles is? Do you know who Alexis Arguello is? Do you know who guys like? Jose Napoles is a bum, I guess. Yeah, 15-2 in welterweight world title fights. He had 4 or 5 losses before fighting at world level. This guy was 15-2 at welterweight, a consensus top 10 welterweight of all time. He's considered a bum to you.
Stupid words.
He's a casual dude. Don't waste your time.
Marquez, Napoles, Aguero.
You don't know how to speak facts. You're too dumb.
All this shit. Henry Armstrong's a bum. Henry Armstrong's one of the first. Henry Armstrong's remarkable. Is Henry Armstrong a black hype job? Is Henry Armstrong a black hype job?
Stupid.
Shut up, Remarkable. I'm asking you a question.
All right, we're not going anywhere with this. Okay.
You Remarkable.
So another argument. Bring up another person.
You Remarkable. You Remarkable.
Bring up another person.
Hold up, I'll let you cook in a second. Mute this guy real quick.
Bring up another person.
So is Henry Armstrong a bum? Is Henry Armstrong a bum? His first fight he ever fought, he got knocked the fuck out. He was the second or third fastest 3-weight world champion in the history of the sport. This is back when there was only 8 weight classes. And then the 4th weight class he fought to a draw at middleweight. Is Henry Armstrong a fucking bum?
Is Lomachenko a middleweight?
That's not what we're talking about. He's talking about losses that we're comparing all-time great fighters that have lost early in the early career. He's an idiot. You're an idiot. You're actually a retard. Like you're
That's
why you're brain match. You're a brain match nigger. That's why you like Lightwood. You guys are brain match fucking retards.
All right. He needs to Remarkable has to respond now. Go ahead.
Does he only have 21 fights?
What is the point? What are we trying to get to?
I asked you a question. Does he only have 21 fights?
Lomachenko's got 17 world title fights and 21 fights.
That's a question.
What other fighter?
Does he only have 21 fights?
Well, yeah, he does. What other fighter in history has
21 fights?
Yes, he does. That's what makes him great. That's what makes him great.
You're not letting me respond. The guy you brought up.
Yeah, that's what makes him great.
The guy you brought up, Henry Armstrong,
has 21 fights.
Henry Armstrong. Does he have 21 fights?
No, but he lost his first fight by knockout.
So how many fights does he have?
Can we get back to Tank?
How many fights does he have?
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking probably well over 100. He lost his. Well, I'm talking.
Exactly, dumbass.
There's plenty of. What's that matter?
He has
didn't lose
100
to a guy like
fights,
Cejudo.
and Lomachenko has
Yeah,
20.
yeah.
He doesn't
What
know.
does that
He's
matter?
Bring up another person.
Yeah, he's just trying to change the argument because he got destroyed.
Bring up another person.
Yeah,
You're Marco, we got destroyed.
You're moving. You're not even moving the goalpost. You're just moving the argument.
Guys, we're gonna have to. All right, everybody quiet, please.
Give me the next one.
Okay, we're gonna go next. But first, before we go to the next one, we're gonna read a super chat here from Rafael.
Cooking all you motherfuckers.
All right, please.
Easy work.
All right, easy work. All right, Rafael Garza, thank you for your super chat. He says people want to be
best ever, nigga.
All right, they're gonna have to.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, this is the guy. This is the people that end up in jail, and then they complain about it. Rafael Garza, thank you for your super chat. He says people want to be like Tony Montana, but Sosa called him a. What? Okay, I'm not gonna say it. While people act like Tony, Teo pulled a Sosa. Interesting Scarface reference right there. People should read that and think about it.
Why doesn't Tank fight Ryo at 140? Why not make that fight? Why can't Tank fight Ryo at 140?
Why won't Canelo go to where Benavidez is at?
I don't need a question. I want to answer. Why can't Tank fight Ryo at 140?
Because Tank is the A side and he doesn't fight at 140. Ryo is a career. No. You didn't let me respond. You didn't let me respond. You didn't respond.
Why doesn't he want it?
Can I respond? You didn't let me respond.
I'm waiting.
Tank is. Can I respond? Can I respond? Y'all not letting me talk.
Not with the question. No,
Can I go?
I need to answer.
You already talked.
I don't want any question with my question. Why won't Tank fight Ryo at 140?
Tank is not at 140. Ryo is a. You're not letting me respond.
Let him respond.
You're not letting me respond.
Crawford, loaded glove, asked the question. Now we gotta.
Y'all over talking me.
Go ahead.
I gotta respond to what he said.
Go ahead.
Tank is.
Go ahead.
Tank is not at 140. Ryo is a career 135 guy. You would not tell Benavidez. You would not tell Canelo to go where Benavidez is at. Benavidez has to go to the A side, which is Tank. And if Ryo gets his ass kicked, he can't go back down now. Now Ryo can't go back down.
I'm just saying, why won't Tank fight Ryo? I didn't ask anything else. I didn't ask about Canelo. I didn't ask
Tank
about
is a career. Tank is at 135. Tank is at 135, and he is the A side.
Why is that so? Why are
Tank
you going on that? You count his money too? What is that shit?
Tank is at 135, and he is the A side.
Ridiculous.
Just answer it. Next person. Give me another person. Give me another person.
All right, guys. Okay, hold on. Southpaw.
Give me another one.
Hold on, guys.
Give me another.
Hold on. He didn't answer anything. Okay, we have Lion.
Okay, so I literally just answered it. I answered it clearly. Give me another person.
Hold on, guys.
You need to mute people.
Yeah, I have to mute people. I have to mute people now. All right, thank you. Everybody's quiet now. All right, we're gonna hold on, Lion. Hold on, Lion. Sorry, you just got here. So wait, hold on. I'm gonna let you talk, Lion. This is the lawyer, remember? But Southpaw was gonna ask a question to remark.
I'm gonna cook you too.
All right, thank you. What the fuck is this? Southpaw, go
ahead.
ahead.
The best ever. You niggas is ass. Y'all suck at
Shut the fuck up.
All right, Southpaw, go ahead.
Stop crying, pussy.
Okay,
Go play Call of Duty.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, hold on.
Jesus. Okay. Hey, Bucho, but like, yeah, when it gets crazy, just like go down the line, bro. Because especially with this idiot that's trying to argue.
Bitches. That's what I'm doing.
He doesn't stop. He doesn't shut the fuck up.
Because I'm cooking y'all.
All right.
Remarkable. You don't understand.
Okay,
Hold on.
okay.
Don't engage him.
Ignorant motherfucker. I'm cooking.
You guys, this is a remarkable. You don't understand.
Shut up.
No, Quack. Chill, Quack. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go in a second.
Shut up.
Can I go?
Let me say one thing, guys.
Yeah, right.
You guys, chill.
Shut up.
Can I go?
Remarkable. You have no idea. You're
Shut up. None of it's real. It's just talk. It's just blabbing, but it's not real.
I'm not gonna ask questions. I just want to make an opinion. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yep.
When it
you
comes
up next? I gotta cook you now.
Oh my god! Shut the fuck up, bro.
Just talk over him. It's not real.
All right, but yeah. Okay, but the thing is, guys, with people with characters like this guy, just make your point because you're not going to convince him.
No.
He's gonna, if you ask him a question, he's gonna ask you a question. If you ask him a question, he's gonna say, "What about Canelo? What about Loma? What about this guy?" So
yeah, guys.
The point is,
he argues like a woman.
That's what I'm trying to do. The point is, this is the point, guys. This is the point. He's trying to take credit. He's trying to give Tank credit for other guys' work. Like Tank was in that division all that time. He could have fought all these guys. He ducked Lomachenko for 6 years straight. Or more,
Now
like
let's go to that argument.
Okay, but
Let's stop right
he
there.
No, I'm not done.
Let's stop right there.
I'm not done.
He's not done. Shut your ass the fuck up.
Finish up. Finish up. Finish up.
He had all these guys at any point in time. At some point in time, he had all these guys in the same division as him, and he would not fight him. He would not fight him. So you can't argue with these guys because he's gonna keep. And it's what the hilarious thing is. He gives himself credit like I'm winning, I'm cooking y'all. Yeah, I'm like, dude, like
yeah, this guy doesn't know. Listen, he's in a humiliation ritual. Listen, hold on, line. Before I go, before you go,
holding on. I don't do
hold on. Remarkable. You're in a humiliation ritual. You have no idea.
Okay,
now go ahead, line.
Can I respond?
So
can I respond?
No, dude, I'm not asking you questions. I'm just giving an opinion because you're just gonna do what about it and come back.
The last guy just said. The last guy.
Fuck what you have to say at this point.
He's got sickle cell. Leave him alone. He's got sickle cell.
All right. Let's
okay, so the last guy just said he dug Lomachenko for 7 years.
He did.
Tank called out. No, I'm talking. I'm responding.
Let him respond. Let everybody quiet. Let him respond.
Y'all not letting me talk.
Go ahead.
Y'all not letting me talk.
Go ahead.
Tank Davis called out Lomachenko.
Get off your knees, Tank Davis, bro.
Are you triggered? You crying?
I'm not. I'm doing what you do.
You triggered?
Get off your knees.
Done? Are you done?
You know what's amazing, bro? You can talk and you can suck Tank Davis's dick at the same time, bro. You got 2 mouths. You got 2 throats.
Are you done? You done?
No, I'm not done, bro.
All right, so you can talk now.
Look, what you tried to do earlier was you try to use math with fighting, and it doesn't work, dude. You try to do it over, and then I told you can't do that shit, and then you try to do it again.
So you trying to rehash the argument you ran from? You already ran from that argument.
The one that you lost, right?
You already ran.
On you at this point, dude.
Next man up. Are you done?
The argument that you lost earlier.
He's this guy. You hear him? He can take on 10 men at once. You heard him? He said, "Next guy up."
Oh, Jesus!
You sound like the OnlyFans model, bro.
Are you done?
You sound like the OnlyFans model, bro.
You done now?
So if I can't speak, I don't mind leaving.
All right, okay, guys. Hold on. Guys, we're gonna move on. We're gonna let Lion go ahead. Lion legal.
Thank you. So
Lion legal. You next up. Your turn.
Davis has one of the worst resumes in boxing because if you actually look at the fact that he could have fought a lot of high value elite.
So he using the same argument y'all use.
But he decided not to because
he's saying the same shit y'all just said. I'm finna cook it.
Shut your ass up, dude. That's somebody
Lopez
fucking
have also fought
stop crying, pussy.
Devin Haney.
Shut up.
For 2 seconds, bro. Damn.
So, stop crying.
Let him talk. Let Lion.
That's not how you say your mom
Jesus
raised you, bro.
Christ. Let Lion talk.
You're talking like a nigga. Speak English.
Real
I'm a nigga, bro. What are you?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye bye.
2 niggas.
All right.
You done? Lion
See,
legal. You done?
now Lion left.
Fantastic point. That was really good.
He ran away.
Well, because you didn't let him talk.
He said the same dumb shit y'all said.
You didn't let him talk.
Shut the fuck up.
He said the same shit y'all said.
Fuck nigga. He's not a nigga. He's a fuck nigga. This guy's talking stupid shit. Like, so I'm gonna ask you this question: Where should Tank fight? Like, should he go to 140 yet? Are we done with 135?
Tank can fight wherever he feel comfortable fighting at. If he move up, then he move up. If he don't, he don't.
Don't even answer the question.
This is what I'm saying. It's all marketing because they don't care. Like if you fight the best, they just want the brag.
Y'all not telling Canelo to move up?
Canelo's moved up 35 pounds in his professional weight.
175.
How many weights?
Tank moved up to 140. Tank already did it. He moved up and he went back
29 pounds since the start of his amateur career, and he's struggling against 154 pounders. Canelo moved up 28 pounds and is undisputed.
When Tank moved up to 140, yo Crawford, chill. When Tank moved up to 140,
Mike Tyson stayed at the same weight class his whole
shut the
career.
fuck
What are you talking
up,
about?
you fucking my God.
I'm gonna mute you.
Mute this fucking crip. So when Canelo moved up to 175, he fought Bivol, who's a consensus top 2 light heavyweight in the world at the time. When Tank moved up to 140, who you seem to give him so much credit for fighting Barrios is ranked number 6 or 7 by the Ring magazine. He was not a top level fighter, was not seen as a top level fighter or a top level threat. So you can't fucking compare Canelo fighting Bivol to Tank fighting fucking whoever I just fucking listed. Barrios, yeah. Okay. That's all I had to say.
He already moved up. He moved up.
That's what Barrios was.
Tank
But
moved
now
up.
after he fought Tank, he turned into this killer and stuff.
Tank
all
moved
marketing,
up
I'm telling you.
140. Not for him. If he move up, then he move up. If he don't, he don't.
He moved up.
I just spoke facts.
This
If
is
he
what I'm
moves
saying,
up,
like,
then he
people
moves
act
up.
Like Barrios is his major killer and stuff. Barrios was supposed to be a tune-up for Ricky. That's what he was supposed to be. But now after
Clearly,
Tank,
Tank has already moved up. If he don't want to go back up, that's on him.
Ugas was not a killer at all. Ugas beat a 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao. But since he fought Spence, now he's this fucking incredible Cuban boxer. I'm saying, like, none of it is real. It's all marketing, bro. It's all marketing to market to American fighters. They're not
If y'all want to say,
that's why whenever the
if y'all
American fighters fight the toughest competition, they get smacked every time.
that's cool. If y'all want to say, the competition is weak, if y'all want to say the competition is weak all over, then I agree.
Terrible.
All of those guys are all of the current boxers are bums. Y'all not letting me talk.
Okay, so you're saying all of them are bums?
All of them are bums. Tank is the only one from 130 to 140, maybe 147 if he wants to go up. Who's
What do you say to that? What can we say to that? Like, what do we say?
I said y'all say the same shit. Y'all say they all bums too. I'm agreeing. I'm just saying Tank is the best one out of all of them.
Insanity. Like, how does your brain make that freaking like leap?
Dude, Shakur was lineal at 130. Teo's a two-weight lineal champion. Yeah, dude, Tank was never lineal, never unified. Shakur was lineal at 130. How was he a bum? Teo's lineal two weight classes. How was he a bum? How are these guys bums?
Who did Teo lose to?
What does it matter? Who does he beat? He's beat guys that Tank never fought. He's beat guys better than anybody Tank's ever fought. What's it matter?
Teo has wins on his record that's better than Tank's entire resume.
Exactly.
Think about
that.
Who
did Teo lose to?
Well, that don't matter.
Who did Teo lose
to? What are you doing right now? We're answering you something directly.
Why are we arguing with
because they're making statements.
Series, dude.
You can't argue with
y'all are making
Mayweather lost to
I'd like to know. Okay, so
y'all are making statements. Y'all are making questions. Teo got his ass kicked already. If you lose the Super Bowl, you lost.
All right, remarkable.
If you lose, you lose.
Remarkable. Why
the fact
do you rank Tank Davis so high? What are his best wins?
Why?
Break down his record, his resume. Yeah.
I already did that with y'all. I already cooked y'all saying with his record being better than Longwood. I already did it.
I don't remember.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember shit.
You gotta break it down.
You gotta break it
down.
I already did.
It
takes 2 seconds. It takes 2
If y'all want me to do it,
do it. It takes 2 seconds.
If y'all want me to, if y'all want me to rehash,
signature win. Name a signature win.
If y'all want me to rehash his resume,
go ahead.
If y'all want me to
rehash his
signature win,
bitch.
If y'all want me to rehash. Y'all not let me talk.
All right, guys. Everybody's talking at hold on.
You know, let me talk.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna read a super chat. I'm gonna read a super chat. This is Bucho. I'm gonna read a super chat. All right, super chat from Rafael 32. He says,
Nobody cares about Progress, Regis.
Progress pulls off the upset this weekend. All right, some people are saying that too, man. So you never know. I don't
give a fuck about him.
I appreciate your super
chat. If y'all want me to rehash Tank's resume,
this guy, yes.
Answering the question.
No.
If y'all want me to rehash Tank's resume, y'all gotta.
He says if you guys wanted to do this, you have to do that. No, you go ahead and break down his resume.
In Spanish.
I have already broken down his.
Do it again. Do it again. Takes 2 seconds. Do it out of goodwill. Just do it. Come on.
If y'all want me to rehash his resume again, I already cooked y'all his resume being better than Longwood.
Y'all gotta pay me. Let me finish.
Y'all gotta pay me. I'm not doing it again. Y'all gotta pay me. It's already on. People who can go back and watch me cook y'all on Tank's resume being better than Longwood. It's on your channel. I already did it.
You should be embarrassed.
Y'all don't tell me what to do.
Embarrassing.
I don't give a fuck what you remember. It's already on here.
Put your hairnet on.
It's already on here.
You came on here to talk that much shit, and you can't even recall what you said.
You can't even break his record.
What did you say?
I'm not doing it again.
There's people that were not privy. We're not here for that conversation.
I'm not doing it again.
How much are you asking for? Just out of curiosity, how much money do you want? How many peanuts?
Okay, somebody break down.
How much money? How much dough?
Send me some money.
How many peanuts?
You send me how much you gonna get paid from this video? Probably you gonna get probably $50 from this video. Give me $30 for this video, and I'll do it.
are you?
You can probably get 50 from this video. Give me 30 and I'll do it.
$30.
Can I break down his resume, guys?
Give me 30 and I'll do
Go
it.
ahead, you got it. Let us soon go.
Hector Garcia.
Let us
Give
soon
me
go,
30
you guys.
and
Let us
I'll
soon
do
go.
it.
Who else?
Let me break it down.
Wade Drain Ryan.
I already cooked y'all. Y'all don't have no more arguments, bro. Like,
And there's always
this
been
is over with now. We just shit talking now.
You're
Shut
just an idiot. Shut the fuck up.
I want to know what are you
Y'all
gonna,
just crying at this point.
what are you gonna do with the money? Anybody can guess.
I'm gonna go fuck your mama. I'm gonna fuck your mama. I'm gonna take your mama out the Taco Bell and I'm gonna fuck her.
Man. I don't think so. I think he's gonna do I say booze, drugs,
booze. Cell's affecting his brain already.
He's gonna go get another bucket
He's
of fried
probably
chicken.
fat and diabetic too.
We don't claim
more fried chicken.
Another fat, sickle cell diabetic, fucking talking shit to everybody. How fucking great!
You sound like a
Hey, remarkable. Quags, chill.
You sound like a fucking nerd.
Remarkable.
Dude,
here,
I'm
gonna
fucking idiot.
Remarkable.
You sound like a nerd, nigga.
Yeah,
Can you lift 135?
nigga.
Alright. Enough joking around. Remarkable. Go ahead. Break down. He's just saying.
You sound like a diabetic.
Nerds make money, stupid. Don't talk about nerd.
Yo, soon, chill. All right, so remarkable. I'm gonna break down Tank's resume for you and all the world champions.
Oh, you the nigga. Yeah. You remember?
I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna break it down for you, and then mute him, and then hold up, and then once I break it down, let him respond to what I had to say. Okay. So here are all the champions Tank has fought. Hector Garcia was ranked number 4 or 5 by the Ring magazine. Never made a title defense. Was pulled up in weight. Barrios was an elevated champion at 147 pounds, meaning he never won or beat a champion for a world title.
Real belt.
And he did that after losing to a retired Keith Thurman and beating a shot to pieces Ugas.
He left.
Shit. I mean, he literally does this guy know this was a humiliation ritual for 30 minutes. Like, we just all laughed the entire time at him. Like, that guy's fucking retarded.
Moron.
Yeah, like, that shit was actually hilarious.
Hold on. Listen, Dora, those were not real belts.
I know, that's what I'm getting at.
Only champion, listen, the only champion was Pedraza.
All right, hey, he's gone. We don't have to talk over each other. Let's go.
Pedraza is breaking it down his resume.
Yep.
I know, but Pedraza was the only champion.
Yeah, I know. He's not Cruz and Romero. Never been a top 10 Ring magazine fighter to win a world title. Jesus Cuellar.
All right, did he just
7-2 in his last 10 fights before Tank fought him. Leo Santa Cruz won a vacant title in his 4th weight class and didn't even beat a guy that was ranked by the top 10 in the Ring magazine or top 10 in any other sanctioning body. And Leo Santa Cruz looked like absolute dog shit in that fight. Then Tank goes back down after vacating his title to say he beat a 4-weight world champion in a natural 122 pounder in Leo Santa Cruz. Gamboa hadn't been a champion in like 8 years until Tank fought him, by the time Tank fought him. And like I said, the only decent name on his list was Pedraza, and that guy arguably lost to Edner Cherry, is what some people believe.
Yeah, so, that was
guys. Well, I want to throw a caveat. Let me throw a caveat in that. You remember even the Barrios fight? He was coming off a questionable win that people thought he lost.
Against the Russian guy.
Oh, that's true.
But that wasn't even for a real title. It was for the regular title. Okay,
yeah, for a Happy Meal belt.
Yeah, and guess what happened? The same thing happened to Rolly Romero. Right, I mean, they're just the setups are there because Rolly got a gift decision versus I forgot that guy's name. So guess what they do? They give it to Rolly, and then they feed him to the Tank.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about Jackson Marine. That's the guy.
And don't forget, Barrios had a rehydration clause that he had to sign, just like Ryan Garcia.
Cooked.
Exactly, and Mario Barrios had a deep rehydration clause too.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I mean.
So it's like, well, this is a fucking joke. Why would we argue with this idiot? And he's using triangle theory. Which is the stupidest fucking thing you can argue about.
No, he's actually using pretzel logic. Triangle theory actually makes a little bit more sense. He was actually going back and forth. Then he was asking questions. Well, what about this? It's like, no, let's stay on point here. He's like, but he didn't want to do that.
Guys,
but
it's like all of us being at the same job and me saying I'm better than y'all at the job because Bucho forgot to send off the mail on Monday. This other guy forgot to lock the doors at the office that one day. This other guy forgot to, he's trying to give Tank credit for fights that he didn't win. Because he didn't fight. And all these fighters were undefeated and ready to go in Tank's same weight division. So we don't even have to talk about him moving up to 140 because they were all at one point in his same weight division, but he refused to fight them all.
He should have fought him when he had a chance. And if he wanted his name to shine, he would have fought him, and if he was that great, he would have beat him, and then we would have nothing to say. It would be that's it. That's the king of the crop.
Yeah, and now he's 30.
But
so
that never happened.
Fight these guys at 25. What makes you think he's going to fight them at 30, which is really old for the weight? With his bad habits, he's a ticking time bomb, like Errol Spence.
Yeah,
well, one of the things
is short-lived. Listen, the good news here, fellas, is that we probably have another 2 years or 3 years of this guy and fighting nobodies, and nobody's going to buy his pay-per-views. This is already a good sign that people are actually sick of this bullshit.
Done. We don't have good news, bro. We don't have good news. You know why? Because now we got Carmel Moton, who's right behind him, who's going to pull the same blueprint, the same bullshit, not fighting nobody. They're going to hype him up as this monster. They're going to weight drain people. They're going to fight over the hill people, smaller people. They already have another one lined up. So it's not good news. Because Tank set a precedent for a really small amount, because they don't even buy pay-per-views. He doesn't move numbers. And like the gate, he does okay at the gate, but he doesn't do as well as everybody says he does.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. Like, but the good thing is the money's not there unless he goes with Turkey. But it's just the blueprint's there for Carmel to be the next hype job.
Yeah, and I don't know why he doesn't go with Turkey. At least cash in, at least make money, dude.
Because you'll be put into a situation that might be a 50.
He
doesn't do that.
People.
Yeah,
he'll
don't do that.
Be put in a situation where he's got to fight someone good.
He probably should have done that a couple years ago when he had, when he was a bit younger. But now look at him; he's kind of slowing down a bit. You can see it. Little guys like that too, especially they lose their speed. It's almost a wrap. So he's not going to have this long career. I don't think like guys like Manny Pacquiao.
He's already talking about leaving the sport. He's already talking about leaving. He's already talking about he doesn't want to be around too much longer. So once they start talking like that, it's already in their mind.
The thing is, this guy has no legacy, and if they weasel his way into the Hall of Fame, that's a fucking shame, dude. That's spitting a lot of fighters' faces, dude.
You should prepare yourself for that. Yep. I think they're talking about while they're going to the Hall of Fame. That's even crazy.
All right, guys, let me just read a super chat. A quick super chat from Free Smoke. Thank you for your super chat. He says, I am so glad I found a racist boxing channel. Well, thank you, man, and welcome. Welcome to BDA Boxing.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
Can I just say something, Bucho?
Yeah.
Bucho, can I just say something? I was just listening to the show. Shout out to everybody. Very entertaining. One thing that would make it more entertaining, however, and this is just some slight criticism here, or critique rather, you gotta, he says something outrageous, and then everybody jumps in trying to say, you guys understand that you can't all talk at the same time. So just let him talk, and then wait for Bucho to say who gets to talk next. Because otherwise, I wanted to hear what you guys were saying, but I couldn't hear anything. So
well, that's a good idea. But the thing is, this guy would interrupt every single person that tried to respond. He throws these little remarks just to, you know what I mean? It was just like the caller from yesterday that y'all had.
Yeah, but I understand.
I think that was him.
That's why it's even more primordial or important that you guys let the fella talk. Now, so that dude in that super chat says, "I'm glad I found a racist boxing channel." Again, I think we need to put up the disclaimer there, Bucho, that the views expressed by the people on this panel are not do not reflect the BDE organization nor the board of directors that controls this fine organization. So I just wanted to let that be known that we let people say whatever they want, but that doesn't mean we signed with that side of the issue. It's just it's a free speech platform. Everyone's welcome.
And to BDA's point, you let these guys talk. They pretty much hang themselves.
Exactly. And come on, I don't know if that's a racial remark there with the hanging, but you're right. Other than that, I don't know anymore. It's open lines.
Their complaints on Dora. Dora's not racist. He just fights energy with energy. I think that's what he's saying.
Well, listen, I'd rather when it's open lines, anything goes. It's out of my control or Butch's control. So.
Yeah, somebody dropped the N-bomb earlier, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yo, I heard this weird guy is filing sexual harassment charges that never happened. What was his name? What's his fucking name?
Devin Haney.
The gypsy guy. That guy right there.
Who?
The gypsy guy.
Gypsy.
What about him?
Gypsy boxing?
Gypsy guy.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, that guy.
Gypsy boxing. We got two new people here, I think. All right, go ahead, guys. The new guys.
What's up?
Oh, I thought
What's up,
I thought Devin Haney did a sexual harassment suit because he
I
got
ain't
fucked in
hear
the
about
ass.
that.
Remember that wet spot he had in his
Gypsy's
ass
here.
during the fight?
Did he against Diddy?
So damn, it's no Javante defense here. Everybody against Javante, I guess.
Go ahead.
Y'all forward his resume.
Go
You
ahead.
got it.
If he had a better
You got it.
resume, I wouldn't be saying
Let him
shit.
talk. Let him talk. Let's go. What do you want to say?
Hold it down.
No, I ain't saying much. I'm just listening. I'm like, damn, everybody getting on Davis. Resume in terms of who are we comparing his resume to? You gotta have a comparison in terms of everybody else, his peers, his the 135ers and 140.
Well, that's a good point. A point of reference.
Like, give me an example because
He has a prospect. He has a prospect
So-
resume.
Okay. Well, let's start with this. Do you think that do you think that he belongs in the top 10 pound for poundist?
Yes, because of the fact that he's undefeated and look at the KO ratio. Like you gotta.
Okay.
He's not. There's other guys that's not doing that.
Against taxi drivers?
You thinking they taxi drivers? It's tough to be undefeated in the sport of boxing when anything one punch can put you out. And on top of that, he's fighting champions too at times. Like
Rolly Romero was boxing
taxi
before
driver.
he got
We're not gonna talk about
out.
Rolly. Rolly,
We're not going to talk about. Okay, let's talk conveniently.
That's one that I'll say is a taxi driver. You can just look at him.
But, okay, so then that's good.
Let's with the Garden.
Okay, we're going somewhere here. So give us Tank Davis's best wins.
I'll give you. I mean, y'all gonna go off of accolades. I feel as though if the eye test alone,
okay,
Isaac Cruz is a big win.
Okay, well, listen, that's the way he sees it. See, that's the thing, though. The eye test is very subjective here. I mean, so. Can somebody really get pissed off if we're saying that his resume is not that good?
Hey, can I jump in real quick?
I don't want to sit and say Pedraza is his best win, and that's over 7 years ago. For the time, him being not tested yet and then coming up, and Pedraza was him back then for sure. So what he did to Pedraza was fucking crazy. But I don't want to say that's his best win. Definitely one of his top wins. But I mean, you're looking at guys like Barrios. You're going up and you have to fight a guy like that who has 5-6 inches on you, and the way he just did him in. That's a crazy win.
Okay,
it's not a crazy win.
I think so.
Hey guys, let me respond to that win. With that win, Mario Barrios was given a regular belt, not the real belt, versus a guy who everybody thought he lost to. So people say he got a gift going into that fight. Yeah, Tank did go up, but he put a rehydration clause on him.
But,
when has anybody ever ranked Barrios at the top of the echelon?
You mean a dehydration clause?
I gotta let y'all go.
Okay, hold on. Before you go in, let me just read 2 super chats. One from Free Smoke who says, "Who let the black speak?" All right, guys, let's not get all racist here. I mean, we know we make jokes and stuff, but like, come on. Rafael, thank you for your super chat. He says, "Okay, let's talk about the Prograis versus Catterall fight. Let's talk about the logistic of the fight, because if Prograis wins, I'll be talk on Saturday and Sunday." Yeah, guys, we're gonna get to that fight, right? Later. But right now we're talking about Tank Davis. Right now we're talking about Tank Davis.
I want to hear.
So
Hey,
that racist shit be funny as fuck because
notable wins.
Niggas will never get like that in person.
Finish fucking talking.
All right,
you can't even do it.
All right, guys, let's go ahead. What's your name? Mihara?
However you want to pronounce it, I ain't tripping.
All right, Mihara, go ahead.
Mahara.
Mahara, go ahead.
I mean, listen. Shit, I done lost my whole train of thought because that shit was funny. The super chat had me dead as fuck. Y'all got.
Oh, you're gonna see a lot of this.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, I done lost my whole train of thought. That's what I'm saying. So my point is, if you guys are gonna talk about resumes, you got to talk about his peers' resumes. His peers don't do much either.
No, that's whataboutism. That's whataboutism. You can't do that.
Okay,
listen. Let's be very blunt here. We're talking about Tank Davis. Let's stick to Tank Davis. Let's stick to his resume. Let's go.
Let's stick to Tank Davis. Cool.
Yeah.
But then at this point of his career, people make it seem as if though he's not chasing the fights. Guys gotta go like there's people, he's the A side. So if anything, if these guys really want to fight him, they can make every chance and opportunity.
He's literally told Gilly the Kid that he does not ask for these guys out of his own mouth. It's out of his own mouth, and we're not making these fights.
Dora earlier was naming names. Can you do the same? Dora was naming names. Can you name names? Name names.
In terms of what? Name names in terms of what?
Oh, his resume. Go. His resume. Let's go. Go.
He can't.
I mean, like I said, in my opinion,
No.
any
Like you
champion,
said, you haven't said
fight a
anything.
champion. That's a good fight on your resume.
Right. So from what Don Madrazo, from what I understand, he says that based on from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong. From what that Tank Davis's that he passes the eye test, he beat Barrios, who was bigger, but his resume is thin. But it's not his fault because other guys don't want to fight him. Is that what you're saying?
You got Leo Santa Cruz as well. I think that's a terrific win. I think he went down for that too. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
That's and then okay. Here's
like
122 pounder. So I mean, it's just like. It was a cherry pick of a name. It was all right win, but
if you think so,
crazy.
But here's my thing.
This is
what I wanted to get on.
Bantamweight, half retired bantamweight.
Okay, but here's my thing as well. Y'all talk about rehydration clause. That's actually where I was stuck on when somebody was mentioning that about Barrios.
You mean dehydration clause?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get into it. Why are y'all so obsessed? Or I wouldn't even say obsessed. Why are y'all so okay with people that are clearly weight bullying to get an advantage? Why not fight somebody that's around your size?
Dude, if you make the weight, you make the weight. That's everybody.
Clearly, guys aren't making the weight. That's the point. But that's the point I'm trying to make. Some guys can't even fucking make the weight. That's why you have guys like Garcia that's okay taking a catchweight fight at 136 because he knows he can't fucking make that weight class. You get what I'm saying? So if you're gonna sit there and say I can't even make 135,
and Davis knows he can't make the weight either. That's why he took the fight.
My mic's gonna die.
There's a difference between getting drained and like being overweight.
Hold on.
problems making 135.
Dora's mic is gonna die. Dora's mic is gonna. So Dora's gonna go ahead.
Give me cook. All right, so listen, Mihar, when you talk about eye test, that shit don't hold up. So the reality is Tank Davis has fought 2 fighters that were ranked in the top 5 at lightweight when he fought them. Ryan Garcia, who shouldn't have been ranked in the top 5.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
He hasn't fought in over 2 years at the weight class. And then he fought, what's your boy's name? Frank Martin, right? When he fought,
Frank Martin,
he wasn't ranked in the top 5.
Yeah.
But those are the 2 guys he fought.
Frank Martin didn't deserve top 5 either.
You're right, probably. But Lomachenko has fought 7 guys in the top 5 at 135. He has a record of 5-2 against them. Most feel he should be 6-1 against those guys. There's nothing that Tank Davis has done that's even remotely close to that, and that doesn't even include anything he's done at 126 or 130. So when you talk about how his peers haven't fought top competition, Teofimo fought one of the best junior welterweights of his era.
I don't even mean to cut you off, bro. I don't even mean to cut you off. I can't hear shit about Teofimo when he fights
Taylor.
Clegette. I don't want to hear about that dude.
What's that
when
matter?
He's fighting guys like that with 7-8 losses and you can't put a finish.
Yeah,
maybe I'm annoyed because I put him to get the finish and he sold my ticket. But you're fighting a guy like that. I don't want to. And then he loses to a dude like Cambosis.
That was years ago. You know how many fighters have lost early in their career and got upset? Do you know Juan Manuel Marquez got upset by Chris John at featherweight before going on to be one of the greatest lightweights of the last 20 years?
And that's exactly why the point I made earlier. Facts. And that's why the point I made earlier is that if you're undefeated in boxing, that should be credited because it shouldn't. It should be.
Because I mean you're not fighting
when you get to a certain level.
No,
it should be for sure.
He's never fought Crawford and Tank have never fought a lineal Ring Magazine champion. Wait. You understand that? They've never fought a lineal champion ever.
Let somebody else talk. Let somebody else talk. Amok.
Go ahead.
Amok.
I kind of wanted to ask him a question. I wanted to know how much credit does he get Edgar Berlanga for being undefeated?
I was gonna say that.
Oh, you talking about Canelo, right? Yeah, I mean that's a different thing, but that's y'all boy. I don't know if most of y'all
it's your boy, man.
That's y'all boy, so y'all gotta answer about Canelo taking that fight.
It's your boy.
Wait. Time out. Why is it different?
What you mean? Oh no. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
I would credit Edgar Berlanga like a Frank Martin kind of.
Yeah, that's why when y'all brought up Frank, I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That's not
even really too much of a big win on. But even still, you got guys.
That's not bad. The Frank Martin win was good. The Berlanga win was good. It's not like the best win possible, but it's decent.
Yeah, that's Hall of Fame material, right? That's Hall of Fame material.
I feel as though
earlier in the show. Hey guys,
wait. Little Isaac Cruz was able to go up and fight Rayo, but Tank couldn't do that. Oh,
you're saying like he went up to fight Rayo. Rayo went up to fight him. You getting it wrong. Pitbull went up and took the opportunity to take the belt off Rolly because that's a bum, which he did. He got him out of there pretty easily. Rayo went up to fight him. So I don't know the statement. I feel as though Pitbull made that opportunity, but he never had to go up to 140.
Right? He went to 140. Why can't Tanky do it? Why?
Tank has
Tank
the
has no
worst.
problem going to 140. There's no comp at
Why is he
140
not
for real.
doing it though, bro?
Why has he?
I heard.
He even
Okay,
offered.
I heard that he's too small.
He even said he'll fight Ryan at 140 because at least at a weight class like that, Ryan don't got to be sitting and trying to weight bully people and shit when he knows he's a 5'9" natural 147 pounder. In my opinion, fighting that lower weight class.
Ryan.
What do you mean? Gervonta Davis can make the weight class. Do you see how
easy.
fat
No,
he
I never
gets
said
in
he
the
couldn't.
All
offseason?
right, Miara. So I have a question, Miara. So wait. So you're saying that Ryan Garcia is a welterweight in reality. So why did he fight Tank Davis? So how much credit do you give Tank Davis for beating a guy that was basically fighting in a division where he shouldn't be fighting?
I mean, I give him credit for the way it happened. I don't really give him credit for the win because I don't really believe Ryan beat nobody to be like credited so highly. The eye test shows that he's a terrific puncher, right? But
do you think?
Man, fuck Luke. Hey, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful.
Do you think that Ryan Garcia was?
And then he got hurt bad in that fight.
Do you think Ryan Garcia was at a disadvantage for fighting at that weight division? Do you think he was at a disadvantage?
Yeah, I always feel as though if you fight at a weight class that you can't like you can see it in y'all see it in some people's faces when they're like so what's the word? I'm like dehydrated from the weigh-ins and shit, right? That's always a disadvantage. When you look sick as fuck at the weigh-ins and you look like gaunt, that to me gives you the that's not going. You can't absorb shots as well. There's not going to be as much water in your brain.
All right.
So I mean, all considered, I'm not gonna really blame Tank for the rehydration shit. The dude was trying to weight bully, and that's boxing. That's what it is.
Look, man, that's his best win, and that's a horrific win. That was his best win, by the way. You know that, right?
You think the Ryan Garcia one was his best win?
That's his best win.
Pedraza.
Maybe in terms of performance, because he didn't get touched in there for real. A lot of shots was coming off the glove, and he really exposed.
He got hurt in the second round. He got hurt in the second round.
Bro, you can't have it both ways.
Winning up into the stoppage.
Hold on. You can't say that he's these people are trying to weight bully. At the same time, Tank is being the weight bully. He's dragging people up from 130 or 118 in Leo's thing, or he puts rehydration clauses on them. That's weight bullying. That's worse than weight bullying because you're not letting these guys come in at 100%. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, at least Ryan had the balls to sign on the dotted line, even though he was an idiot for it. But the thing is, let me say one more thing.
Yeah,
I wish you were here earlier because me, Bucho, and I forgot who else were saying, dude, we like Tank. I said I wish Tank he would be good for boxing if he fought the fights because he has a personality, he has a look that people can gravitate to.
He has power.
But the truth is he's it's all smoke and mirrors, bro. He said he fought champions, but the only champion he fought was Pedraza. Everybody else had regular titles. Like Broly wasn't a real champion, and he got to give decision. A lot of people said Barrios did, and that was a regular title. These are all guys he hasn't fought for a title since Pedraza, bro. How long?
Maybe y'all look at years ago. Go ahead. I know you.
What about when Davis stole Machado's belt without fighting Machado?
But see, I don't know. I don't value the belts too much. So I mean, y'all talking about regular.
Now you don't. You said
listen, my point because I already know that y'all was getting into saying. Y'all getting into saying, okay, what makes Tank's resume good?
Said he fought champion.
You gotta go off champions belts. That's just like a standard boxing.
Tank needs to be if he wants to be in the Hall of Fame, he needs to fight at least two of these people. Either Teo or Loma. He doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
For real. Like, let's be real. Okay, Teo got the win off Loma, but in my opinion, and I'm not even trying to disrespect George Kambosos, like, bro, boxing is boxing. But that nigga is a fucking C-class fighter, bro. At best.
Yeah,
maybe it was a bad night.
He's not a nigga, bro. Watch him out. Okay, he's not a nigga. And second of all, Teo is not a C class. He's a B minus to a B.
This man said he's not a nigga.
Talking about Kambosos.
That's just my vocabulary, so it's no disrespect.
He's kidding around. This guy's like he's a joker. Go ahead, Gypsy.
Yeah. Well, I am joking around. I am joking around, but that's for real. Like, let's be real. Teo is a B plus fighter.
No, I'm talking about Kambosos.
Yo, Gypsy,
we're not disrespecting Teo.
Yo, Gypsy, I heard you called in the other day wanting to file sexual harassment charges about me.
Tank has the Can I say something? Tank hit before. Tank.
Oh, now you're dumbstruck,
Can
huh?
we
No,
stay
yeah,
on
oh,
topic?
you're talking shit about Fury and me
Oh
picking
my
Fury and all that kind of stuff. You're bringing that topic. Well, bitch, you keep on saying that Fury is. I picked Fury to on the that I said the Fury won that fight. I didn't say Fury won that fight. I
Gypsy,
said
I need you to breathe for like 3 seconds. Think about what you're gonna say, and then say it.
I fucking said it already. I don't have to breathe. I'm so fast. I said it.
All right, let's get.
I use I go over the humps, bro. I don't have to worry about.
We're talking about Tank Davis here. Come on.
You guys are killing me.
Yeah, I just want to know if Gervonta Davis is
just
like
horny, man. I mean, you want, just dude. I'll rape you. Don't worry about it. Just let me know.
Hey, y'all gotta chill out. Hey, y'all gotta chill out with that one right there. Chill out. Hey, relax with that.
Let me know the word, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, y'all gotta relax. The racist jokes,
bro.
Y'all just do that over the net.
Bro, I got
Hey,
one
look,
question.
let me jump in. I haven't said anything. Let me jump in here real quick.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let me finish this. I'm gonna ask you a question, bro. Like, so where do you rank Tank Davis's his resume? To me, I got it fourth. I think Devin has a better resume. Ryan, Tio has a better resume. They all have better resumes than your man's.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on.
We're talking about Lomachenko.
Go ahead, finish. I want to jump in there real quick because in my opinion, personally, to say Ryan is fucking crazy. I give Vasily, of course, he has a better resume. Like, he's fought through multiple weight classes as well. But I would have thought you would have said maybe, like, I don't know. I feel as though losses hurt your resume like shit, especially how you go about taking a loss. So to me, although Devin got the win over Vasily, some could say it was a gift. I feel like close fights could never be robberies anyways. But besides that, who the fuck has Devin fought?
Not wins and losses. I'm just saying who they faced.
Fought? Yeah,
just who we wins and losses.
To me, and I don't know why you even said Ryan. Maybe because he's fought Gervonta and then he's fought now Devin. But it's like before that he hasn't. I just feel like his fame carried him to those fights. Like he ain't fought nobody. Y'all say Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell.
I don't think Luke Campbell shit.
Came after he knocked out Luke Campbell. That's where he really shined.
Yeah.
So
nobody knocked out Luke Campbell. It doesn't matter how good Luke Campbell is. He's the only person to knock him out. So.
Who is Luke Campbell? So, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, so if he's the only person to knock out Luke
gold medalist, bro, what are you talking about? Who's Luke Campbell, man? Like nobody really
y'all talking about Olympic boxing. I don't know, bro. I can't rate Olympic boxing too much.
You can't rate it, bro. But that's where they all come from. You start from somewhere.
If you get an Olympic medal, that means something for sure. You think?
Hey,
so?
look. I'm gonna jump in here real quick because I haven't said shit. I've been listening for a long time. Look,
for sure.
This is my opinion, right? So the way I judge it is like this: you have to have a way to gauge a fighter. You have to have a criteria. You have to because that's the only way you can truly gauge someone, especially in the sport because it's subjective, right? So in this case, if you want to talk about, let's say Tank, any fighter, you can put in this criteria. I have 4. I'll keep it real simple. There's 4, and so caliber of opposition, right? Dominance of division,
right?
Activity. And career-defining fights. Okay. Your fighter, whoever you're pushing or whoever you really support, again, it's subjective. Anybody's criteria is different. Those are my 4.
Right.
So if you want to look at caliber opposition, at least from Tank, you're going to have to start where he got his belt. Right. He got his belt from Pedraza. Then from there, you can decide you can look and see who he's fought. Caliber opposition wise, if they had a belt, where were they in their career? Where were they at? Who did he fight? Did they move up in weight? Did they move down in weight? So caliber of opposition, you can go through that. You guys kind of went through that up and down. So his caliber opposition, he's only had 1 title that he actually got that's legit. From there, he never, as he went up, he didn't fight for any other titles. Right. Again, I'm not going to get into that, but this is just one criteria. Now let's go to dominance. Let's do dominance. In his divisions he's been in, which division did he dominate, if any?
Every division. He's getting wins and he's putting guys to bed and they have to wake up in the bed.
No, that's the thing. No.
So hold on. There's no bullshit about it. Hold on. I know everybody wants to jump in.
Let Ricky finish. Let Ricardo finish. Go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, I know. Everybody wants to jump in. It's an emotional sport.
Go ahead.
Everybody wants to get it in. I get you. But when I'm talking about dominance division, the way I look at it is you're unifying or you're undisputed, and then you move up.
Okay, yeah.
In any of those divisions, which ones did he dominate? Well, you can definitively say he was the man.
Based off your criteria, based off that, he hasn't dominated and taken over where he's had 2 belts, 3 belts, or undisputed. I would agree with you on that. Okay, so he hasn't dominated his division in that case.
Okay,
but if we're being honest about 130, the belts at 135, Devin Haney had him fucking hostage in Cambodia.
Okay, let's we're just going to real.
That's a big point too. But
we're just knocking out these bullets real quick. We're knocking out these bullets real quick. So again, caliber of the opposition. I gave him his first belt, and to me, that was the most important fight for him. You can also consider career defining because anytime you get the title, that's it, right? That's putting you up there. You're out there now.
Yeah.
So now, okay, let's go to activity. Do you think that hurts a fighter, or do you think that helps a fighter? What is your thoughts on activity?
I'd rather you. I mean, just off of health wise, because I don't like watching boxing sometimes for that point. Like these niggas, my bad, excuse my language, but these guys are, they're getting hurt out there. I feel as though if you fight twice a year, you're active. I think that's. I mean, you're getting in there, you're hitting each other, you're literally putting each other's lives on the line. 2 times a year is pretty active to me, in my opinion.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing with activity.
3 times is
with
super
me,
active because that's a fight.
So
every
with
4 months.
me and activity, when I'm thinking of activity, I'm thinking of 2 to 3 fights a year, and here's why. Because then when you're fighting, you're establishing yourself against opposition, whether you're staying busy or fighting for another belt. So to me, activity is important. It's a short sport, so you have a small time to do a lot of work. So to me, that's why I rate activity in my criteria.
And so would you
caliber
not say
opposition?
Go ahead. I was gonna ask you, would you not say we're obviously he has troubles outside the ring, but that's just his problem. If you can't stay in the ring because of whatever fucking problem you have, that's your problem. But you wouldn't say he's an active fighter in your opinion, based on that criteria of 2 to 3 fights a year?
Not enough, because he does enough to where you want to see more, but I still got to see him fight the fights.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
He just got from under Floyd, though, y'all. Y'all gotta give him. He just got from under Floyd. That's what I'm trying to say. Right now, it's like these guys don't want to fight. Shakur would have went ahead and signed the PBC for the one time.
Okay.
Go ahead. Finish off.
Hold on, bro. Let's just wait. Hold on.
Finish.
Let's just back up to what you just said. Okay. That's why I said you got to do a lot of work in a short time because it's a combat sport, just like football. Anytime you get banged up, these career spans are short.
Yeah.
So I know what you're saying. But again, he's already pushing 30. He's probably got about a good 5 years left. So
right. I think
we'll see. We'll see. His career's not over. His career's not over.
Not. You got Bud. Bud just had the biggest moment of his career, and he was like 36, putting the work on Earl Spence. So it's like he can get in there. I mean, I know even somebody just mentioned that he's ready to get out of the sport, but he could do another 2-3 years and get the biggest fights of his career. He was ready to fight Loma. Loma's all of a sudden he wants to go spend time with his family, but he didn't want to spend time with his family to fight.
Before we start going in rabbit holes, let's avoid the rabbit hole. Okay, so we went through caliber of opposition, right? We went through activity, we went through dominance of division. The last one is career defining.
Yeah.
To you, based on his resume or what you can think of off the top of your head, what are his career defining fights?
That's why it's hard to be a Tank fan, bro, because I'm honest at the end of the fucking day. So
it would be Lomachenko. That's who it would be.
I mean, no, but he ain't fought him. So yeah, it would be Loma.
You can't be an undefeated fighter of unfought fights.
But
Floyd did that the second half of his career. It didn't go well.
Lomachenko and Tank would be for the Ring Magazine belt at 135.
Of course, yeah. And that's why I was ready for that to happen. I don't know why he was ducking that shit.
Where he stands right now, what are his career defining fights?
I guess you could say definitely it has to be Pedraza, but that's so long ago. I hate to keep bringing that fight up.
Okay, that's fine. That's part of his career.
It's gonna be
that's
like
just me. That's just me. It has to be a Ryan as well, just because of the fact that we don't get these type of fights where it's like 2 big stars and it takes so fucking long. But it happened in like, I wouldn't say the prime because Ryan is dumb young. Like he's gonna make so much more advancements to his game. I could see it, but like,
there's that one right there again.
I wouldn't.
We can get into the asterisks and the what ifs, and he was great trained.
Right. But just
what do you think?
If I had to just focus on your point without trying to get into rabbit holes,
one at a time, guys. Come on now, you're doing so good.
You guys are doing good, man. You guys are going down rabbit holes.
You can do it.
You're going down rabbit holes. Let's just stay away from the rabbit holes. Okay, so caliber of opposition.
It's all about the name.
Rabbit holes is starting to deviate.
Random guys
hold on.
Like I'm going off like boxing, like overall in history. Like this is how it goes, not just random stuff.
Anyways,
Like, if you're knocking guys out every
those,
single fight consistently, you're the man. You're either
just like
number one or number two at the division. And Lomachenko didn't. He's retired or whatever. The fight didn't happen. That's his career-defining fight at 135, but it hasn't happened. But as of right now, Tank is the man at 135, like it or not. That's just how it is.
That's what it is. He's the
right now.
I'm not
So
saying
right
it's the
now,
best
no
resume
sense.
ever.
so
or
right
anything
now,
like that,
hold
but
on,
it
hold
makes a lot
on,
of sense.
hold on,
Makes no sense.
hold on. That's your opinion. But I will tell you this right now: if you had money on the table and Shakur Stevenson was going to fight Tank Davis
Tank,
right now,
not
you're going to
Tank,
100% put your money on
look at
Tank.
Shakur's resume at
Who you
135, bro.
asking?
We're
What's
not talking
impressive
about
about it?
resumes. He unified the division before he came up, so now he's the guy.
Bro,
You can't
Shakur's
say
looked
one
terrible
guy
at
is there.
135, bro.
He
Who you
has
He
to
looked
asking?
fight
bad.
him.
I think
You
Zepeda
have
might
to
beat
fight
Shakur,
him.
bro.
I think
Yeah,
Zepeda
you
might beat
have
him
to
too. I
fight
ain't gonna
him.
lie, Crawford.
Shakur
You
is
gotta fight
bad.
him.
Bro,
I
Shakur is
can't say
bad.
Tank's the man at 135. He's got to fight the guy.
Yeah,
He
no,
has
bro,
to
but
fight
bro,
Shakur.
what are you listening to that makes Shakur like this monster, bro? Him tweeting, him talking in interviews. Shakur is just talking. It's all talk. Anything you know or think
Once again,
it's all
and once
word of
again,
mouth. None
Let
of
me
it
I
get
gotta
in
is
see the
after
what I'm
him.
fight.
Yeah,
saying.
but
I
Davis
gotta
says
see
the
the
same
He's
fight.
thing.
proving it in the
So
ring,
what's your
bro.
point?
Tank said
135's
it
in
in
the
the
air.
ring.
Let me get in
Anything
after
you
him.
got, look, and I'm not even saying like I'm the biggest Tank fan or anything like or Shakur fan, whatever. But Tank is proving it in the ring. Shakur is just
no,
telling
he's
you. He's
not
saying,
because he's
Against
not
who?
look,
fighting anybody. You
And that's
can't say
Have
exactly why
something.
to
Shakur
fight
gets
the
too
Once
much
fight.
again,
hate too.
Javante Davis never been the guy at any division because he's never fought the top guys at
You
any
have
division.
to
I mean,
fight
the
the
top
guy.
guy is Lomachenko.
Exactly, Quentin.
The top guy is
Exactly.
Lomachenko. So what do
All
we?
right, guys.
That's
Let's
what we're waiting for.
let
Waiting for
me.
that
This is
fight.
Bucho. Let me just
All
read
right, so
this is
there's no
Bucho.
top
Let me
fight
just
and
read
y'all
a
had to
super
fight.
chat here. Rafael with a super chat. Hold on. He says Terence Crawford had a better resume than Tank Davis with the same record. They show.
I could argue Tank's resume is better than Crawford's
Okay.
in a way.
Yeah,
All
no,
Or at
right,
least at
hold on,
140 and below.
let me finish. They show Crawford's fights on Prime. Talk about Prograve versus Catterall. We're gonna talk about the fight later, man. Right now we're on Tank Davis here. There's a lot to talk about. All right, go ahead. I don't know who was talking.
No, Bucho. I'll
I mean,
leave it at
I'm just
that,
not
man. I
going off
just
of
wanted
feelings.
people
I'm
to
going
have
off of like real rankings. Like I judge every
just have
weight
a
class the same
criteria.
way.
It makes it
Yeah, I
easier.
judge the way every weight class the same way. I don't make up criteria as I go along. Like
Yeah, there's
Well,
no top.
number
they
one
have
and
to
number
fight the
two
fights,
got
though.
right.
135.
I
You
don't
You
know.
gotta
got to
fight
see
the
all the best
fights.
guys fight each
I
other.
don't know. You were
Who
having
are
a
the best?
different
Okay,
standard
well,
for
okay.
Edgar
Y'all want to see the
Berlanga. Or was
best
that
guys
the other
fight each
guy?
other? Okay, well, what Ryan knocked out Haney and Tank beat Ryan. Weight drained or whatever, he got that win, right? So that's a decent win. That's a pretty good win. That's at least a top tier win for sure. Okay, what other guy do you want to see Tank fight at
Do
135?
we have a
Who
unified?
else?
Do we have a unified? Do we have anybody at 135 that's unified at this point right
No,
now?
because Tank gave up. I
Yeah.
mean, Haney
Okay.
gave up all the belts and they fucking just went everywhere.
Okay, so there they go. Okay, cool. Who's trying to make those fights though? Who's trying to unify right now?
Nobody. That's the thing. He calls Javante Davis a top guy at 135, but everybody has one belt, so they all should fight each other. The guy that comes out on top is going to be
Who
the
has
top
the
guy.
belts, man? You got one belt locked up with Top Rank. Haney had the belts
Mhm.
hostage for how many years?
Hey, if
Like,
Davis is the face of boxing, he should be able to make those fights
Why is
happen,
it?
right?
Yeah,
I'm not
why is it
saying he's the
Haney's
face of
fault?
boxing. I'm not even saying
Haney
that.
left the weight class a long time ago. Why didn't he just
Bro,
fucking get the belts?
Haney left the weight class because he didn't want to fight Shakur.
If there's anything I've learned out of all these many years of watching this fucking sport, if a fight can be made, it can be made. It doesn't matter the promotional outfit, the network. Or is there bullshit involved in red tape? Yeah. But in the end, if a fighter really wants a certain fighter or the promotional team wants a fight, they're gonna make that fight happen.
If the money is there
Yeah,
too,
but
right? If the
both
money
fighters
is
have
there,
to
right?
If the
agree.
money's
It can't
right,
be
what?
one fighter that wants it. Both fighters have to
But let
want
me
it.
get in. Let me
Just
get in
saying.
real quick.
Also,
we've
another thing you
seen
learn is that what you hear on the internet and this word of mouth shit is not real.
facts.
90% of the time is not real. So I don't go off of what I'm seeing on Twitter or what one fighter is saying in the interview or whatever. I need to see you do it in the ring. That's what matters to me. Who you're fighting, your performance in the ring, that matters to me. Anything other
Because
outside
at this
stuff
point
means
it's been
absolutely nothing.
at this point it's
Means
been
nothing.
years. So it's been
And let
years
me-
and years and years. So come
Yeah.
on, there's no excuse.
Can I say
True,
something? Tank
but let me.
is a
Yeah, go
product
ahead.
of Libre. Tank is a product of Libre and the marketing of Floyd Mayweather. Like even after he's separated from Floyd, he kind of used the same market. Like they're not gonna put him in something that the zero is the bank. When he doesn't lose, people only tune in to see if he's gonna lose or not. Like that's the equation. It's not about if he,
Literally,
But who's he going to
literally
lose to at 35? I don't see him losing
nobody,
anyone at 35. That's
nobody.
the
But the
thing.
point he made was great because because the more wins he's gonna get while maintaining that O.
saying he's
He's
not
going
going
to
to
get
lose
more
to
checks.
anyone at
Bro, he's
135.
not
But
a
the fight that
pay-per-view
happened,
star.
it doesn't
That's
matter.
crazy.
But wait,
Who
years
said
ago,
that?
years ago, they wouldn't even years ago, they wouldn't let him
You
fight.
gotta go off fast, my guy.
Tevin Farmar. They wouldn't let, because he's from my area, the Philadelphia area. They wouldn't even let him fight Tevin Farmar. This is a hustle. This is a get risky. They even talk about like Tank doesn't really care about boxing. He's probably going to retire at 32, 33. This is like payday things. This was never about competition. Otherwise, we'd have seen him move up. Like with his punching power, like he should at least try his weight at 147, even though he's too small. But this is really just like he's just a promotion.
Yeah, 147 is fucking.
Have you seen how fat Davis gets? Fucking
No,
135 is
140 is maximum. The max, I think.
147 is funny as fuck. That nigga started at 126, ain't it? You want to see him go up to 147 and get buried or some shit?
Durant, I'm just saying, if he's really,
He's too short. He's too short.
No, listen, Roberto Duran came from an era where
wait, guys,
they
relax,
didn't give a
relax.
fuck about nothing.
Let's talk about
It's a
Dimitri
business.
Bivol headbutting Arthur Beterbiev like consistently.
No, come on, man.
Tank at 135. Who's gonna
Let's
do
talk
that?
about that. That's a topic.
Stay on
bro.
topic.
Fuck this guy. Fuck the Tanky, bro. I don't want to hear about Tanky and Tanky problems.
Yeah, unless he's
I mean,
gonna
that's the topic in the video. I'm just not going off of random shit like you are. Like, I'm going sticking to the topic. I'm giving you
I'm
facts.
serious, because that
All
guy-
right, guys, you know what? Maybe we
Hey,
should have a
fuck
vote
Tanky,
here. Maybe
bro.
we should have a vote. Like,
Tanky,
are you guys
whatever.
are you guys tired of talking about Tank Davis? Yes or no?
It don't
Yeah,
matter.
he just-
I don't
I'm
give a
tired of
fuck.
talking about that fucking.
We can go to a
Yeah.
new topic. It's all good.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, and the chat as well. What do you guys think? Let us know.
We could do Usyk Fury. There's fights coming up. Let's
Yeah,
like,
that's a good fight. Hey, did you guys see? Did you watch the press conference? And if so, did you?
Oh yeah,
Did you notice anything?
Fury dressed up as Hitman, and he made him autograph a picture of him getting punched. That was hilarious.
I liked Sugar Hill. You know what I liked? I liked Sugar Hill. How he was. He has a game plan. I'm sure that guy's smart as fuck, man.
Should be the knockout Usyk.
So now it's up to Fury to implement a plan.
I like Usyk's Hitman style. I like that shit.
Do y'all really? Hey, no hate though. Do y'all really rate Fury though? I mean,
are you
serious right now?
Oh no.
Agent 47,
considering-
Agent 47
considering-
might not make it in this mission. He's probably not going to survive this one. He's probably going to die. This is like a suicide mission he's going on.
Who we talking about?
sure.
Here going on suicide mission?
Agent 47. Agent 47, bro. The hitman, Agent 47. He ain't going to make it this time around, bro. This is a suicide mission.
I got Usyk. I got Usyk.
I got Usyk again.
Decision. Yeah, decision.
I wasn't expecting Usyk to carry that type of pop going up. So, but do y'all really rate? Like, okay, so listen.
Yeah, you have to rate him.
Yeah, you have to rate him because
criteria.
Like that.
Class is terrible. Who else do you rate?
I mean, okay, so I'm big on Joshua, but he looks sick every day, like more and more that every year he stays into the sport. But it's like I'm looking at Fury's game, and I like the fact that obviously he's 6'9", moving like a fucking cruiserweight sometimes. But it's like, bro,
he's not really 6'9". He's like 6'5".
He's 6'5" is crazy. He's taller
not
than
6'5". He's like 6, 7, 8, somewhere on the
But even still, for the height and the movement, it's good to see. So he obviously has great attributes, but I think his best attribute is his heart. Like, I'm being honest. It's like he gets in there and he doesn't really show me nothing that's spectacular except for game planning. So that's whoever made the comment about he has a plan. That's wise, because him going to fight Wilder, who I don't rate at all, really. Him coming to second fight, being heavy, having a game plan, tiring Wilder out, like that's smart. His ring IQ is 1 of 1, but I just feel as if though he's never been that type of guy to really like. I don't know, like his greatness is not really too much to me. I feel as though Usyk was the perfect guy to go out there and expose that shit. I wish Joshua could have got to him first, but yeah, there's no way he.
Didn't he say his wife had a miscarriage or something during that fight, during the first Usyk fight?
4 rounds straight, he couldn't throw a single shot, land a proper shot on him for 4 rounds straight. I didn't expect anything like that in that fight. For 4 rounds straight, he wasn't doing up to the point that Fury got tired and
I can't hear you, y'all. All
setting his hand down.
Fury is at his best when like Fury's attribute is skullduggery, and when his mental is at an all-time peak. He can talk his way into you off your game. And this is the thing, Usyk, he's one of them Ukrainians. You can't talk to him, you can't get under his skin.
That's a fact.
He's ice cold.
You can hurt him. You can hurt him. But you can hurt him, yes. I wish he went to the body more against that guy.
When Fury's in your mind,
Let
him finish. Fucking shit.
Oh, sorry.
When Fury is in your mind, that you felt down, then you're seeing this lumbering giant. That's when it becomes overwhelming. When you push back, it doesn't work. Fury crumbles. That's his weakness.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, guys,
it's hard to say that when it's only happened once. Man, I'm going with Fury in the rematch by stoppage, man. I don't even care. Fury by stoppage, bro.
Who said that? Who said stoppage? I'll be saying stoppage. Now I'm going to change it to controversial decision by Fury. Controversial. It's going to be a lot of bickering of who actually won. It's going to be something similar to the Beterbiev and Bivol fight.
Not if Fury starts getting hit pillar to post. If he starts getting hit pillar to post,
got hit in the ninth round solid. If he got hit with a two piece and he did good to recover. I mean, if that was Joshua, he'd be still seeing stars. He'd be wondering why.
It didn't look good. It did not look good. It wasn't.
Listen, hey, real quick, I'm gonna jump in. I love Joshua, but yeah, it's hard to say like if that was Joshua because he just loves to look sick every year. But I agree with you.
Sick with age.
Was there for the money. He's not in it no more.
He was never.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. He's not in it no more, right? Because if it was still the same savage ass Joshua that went and fucked up Dillian White, it's like, yeah, there's no way Fury gets over. Like he's not beating that. He got 80,000 people showing up for his fights. He might as well take the money. But he's as far as competitive wise, he's out of there. It's over with.
You look at Joshua's network; he has too much money. That's why, like I said, it's that silk pillows and sheet type of deal.
Yeah. He's going back to Usyk. Fury. Usyk's gonna whoop his ass again. Go ahead, Wade.
Fury's gonna stop him.
This is proof that Fury fans never learn.
Fury's gonna stop him.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll go with you guys. I'll make you guys happy, and I'll say Usyk stops him at the 10th round. How's that make you feel?
Why you say whoop his ass again? That was a close fight. You can't say whoop his ass.
No.
Fury put up a great fight. You didn't get his ass.
He's being sarcastic.
Very close fight. There's a lot of Usyk fanboys that don't like to admit that. Just they don't want to admit that.
That was a great fight. You can't say he whipped his ass.
They don't want to admit that shit. That's all good.
Fury get his ass whipped.
Wait, Usyk did whoop his ass, bro. Usyk did whoop his ass in the middle of the fight. If you go watch it in the middle of the fight, the referee has a conversation with Fury, and instead of having a conversation, he should have been fucking counting.
Yeah, Fury fought a bad fight. He didn't even come forward and kind of like really put the offense on him. He was kind of like on the back foot.
He got on the ropes and he didn't count. Anybody who falls on the rope like the way he did, the ref steps in.
Conversation, Gypsy. Get the fuck out of here with the bullshit.
He got a bad
asking me, are you okay? And he might as well ask for his fucking social security number.
This is the same guy who got dropped in the 12th round.
He might as well ask for his social, yo. We saw Usyk get stopped by Du Bois. Like, what are we talking about?
Fury
is like bullying
one at a time.
Usyk is gonna dominate.
I can't hear you.
I'm going with you guys.
All right, too many people.
Great.
One guy won't stop talking.
Go ahead.
I said Fury is going to lose worse this time around. Watch.
Worse? Okay.
I don't know, man.
I definitely agree to that.
I don't know. Hey, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this. I also was watching the fight live. I would go to the BDA Discord to see what people were saying in between rounds. And in the first 4 rounds, I was a lot of nervous people. A lot of people who picked Usyk who were saying, "Oh, Usyk's
oh my god, Fury was looking so good early.
Usyk's looking gold." All these people were saying this, man. I'll try to go back. I think. Oh, there were some people saying this, man. So, and then all of a sudden, they changed their minds. I don't know. It's pretty close. At the beginning, it was close. Obviously, Usyk won. There's no doubt about it. So.
But once again, the first 3 rounds were clearly Usyk's rounds. He was getting.
That's not true. That's not true. That's crazy.
That's so crazy because I thought Fury did his best work early.
No, that's not
you
true.
Can go watch Arturo's boxing films and see who was landing more punches. There was one guy that was landing jabs in the body and left upstairs.
Let's talk about Dimitri Bivol's headbutting. How about that?
Hey, speaking on Bivol, hey, I got 2 quick ones for y'all though, real quick, because I'm new here, so I'm sure y'all already spoke on it. Well, first off, do y'all go off stats? Y'all don't go off like literally looking at the fight like round by round. Y'all go off stats. Like y'all don't look at the fight. Look at the round.
No,
because somebody brought up numbers, so that just took.
I'll answer that question for you, bro. I'll answer that question. So I was here, like I don't know, a couple of days ago after the fight. So some guy named Amok, he's saying that the 4th round, Beterbiev landed on only 1 punch, and he was right.
Like, get the fuck up out of here! I'm watching the fight.
Turns out Beterbiev landed
what?
so much
How
more
could you
punches
say
in
that?
one punch in that 4th round. And when you watch it, so I don't know what he's watching.
I said one punch. When did I say one punch?
He landed one punch.
I swear to God, Gypsy, you always bring us some fucking straw man argument that I've never fucking said.
Joe, give me the mic a minute, man.
How could I say it again if I never said it in the first place?
Said it, bro, and then I caught you, and I told you let's watch it together. Oh no, I can't do that.
Yo, Gypsy. Yo, Gypsy, you know I can make a. Yo, Gypsy, you know I can make a bullshit out of thin air too, right?
This shit's taking a turn.
Jesus, bro.
But real quick, hey, second question, because like I said, I'm more so go off the eye test. I couldn't give a fuck about a stat, but obviously stats matter and shit. But who do y'all think won the fight between Bivol and Beterbiev? Like, who y'all really thought won the fight? Because me personally,
Beterbiev.
I'm watching the fight. That shit was dumb close.
I
love the
only
work that
watched it
Bivol was
once,
doing.
and I had Bivol winning, but we're gonna rewatch it together. We're
I
supposed
have
to
to
do this.
rewatch it. I love the work Bivol was doing, but I'm not a fan of somebody being stalked the whole fucking fight. Like, god damn. He was getting stalked.
Beterbiev battered that dude, bro.
I think so too, bro. Like, he's getting stalked.
Yeah, he did battered.
Come on, man.
That was not close fight. You know how many times he
Listen,
battered,
sounds crazy.
destroyed.
Listen, battered
He
sounds
only
crazy.
doing that for the last 3 rounds to win. He let
Even though battered sounds crazy and Bivol was landing great counter shots, it's like none of his counter shots mattered. Bivol, like Beterbiev ate those shits, and then he was coming in
He's
and
a
literally
monster, man. This guy's he's not human. He's Wolverine.
He can't win trying to survive.
He is Wolverine. He is. But the fact that it just didn't look good.
Guys,
It
about 100% chance that Beterbiev wins that fight. There's no way that Bivol would have won it.
It's like
I
looking at the fight,
decision in my head, but I never once mentioned it because I never thought he would survive.
Let's put it this way. Hey, let's put it this way, man.
Even though Bivol's not like he wasn't himself. Like he was on the back foot the whole time. He looked worrisome. Like he looked a little bit worrisome to me. He did look quite the same. It wasn't the same.
Exactly, like we're used to seeing way more better. I don't mean to cut you off. Bivol normally has better ring generalship than that.
All right.
For him to be on the back
All
foot,
right, guys. Let White Devil say something because he wants to go ahead.
Dimitri found out what it was like to be Kate that night.
Oh shit.
All right. But yeah.
Yo, Bucho, what up, bro? It's been a long time, man. It's Revolution.
Oh, wrestler. That's you wrestling?
Revolution. Yeah, this is me, man. What's up? I've been watching boxing, and I have been watching from the back. And Gypsy, you popped up again recently. I noticed. I want to bring up from back in the day. Were you the one picking fucking Vanez over Triple G?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! All right, sweetheart. Hey, calm down. Calmate everywhere. Calmate. Okay.
Yeah, give it 2 minutes before Gypsy makes up some bullshit.
Go ahead, Gyppo, talk.
That was a long time ago.
Would win that fight. I said Vanez will probably give him a tough fight because of the pedigree. But turns out, you know what happened? Vanez took a dive in that fight.
Stop it.
Oh no, I'm not joking. He said it with his own mouth. He's been caught saying that shit, bro. He took a dive in that fight. His family wasn't there. Nobody was there. He just went there, took 3 right hands in a row, and fucking laid back a little pillow. Yeah, that's what he
took 3 Triple G's. He took 3 Triple G's in a row.
That's real, bro. Like that was a fucking. If he was gonna get knocked out, he's gonna get knocked out mid rounds, not fucking 2 rounds, bro. Like maybe 5, 6, 7, not 2 rounds. That was a fucking dive because they wanted that Canelo Golovkin fight, and they didn't want no hiccups in between.
All right.
That's what
you think Triple G would need any help?
I didn't pick
Vanez is going to be the one that could have derailed
Why would
the
I
train.
pick Vanez, bro? I was a Golovkin. I'm not a Golovkin fan anymore, but at the time, I was a Golovkin fan. But I said that guy might give him trouble. That's about it. But that's all I said.
All right, so, guys, what's the topic now? Because I'm running it down.
I'm sorry. I'm taking it back to the olden days. But yeah, dude. So what were we talking about? Tank. Let me get something in on Tank before we move on from it.
All right.
Tank been the same goddamn story forever, man. We're still arguing about the resume.
Oh,
this is how it was years ago. He ain't taking no fights. He's never stepped up.
Damn.
Yo,
never stepped up. It's crazy.
30-year-old prospect. A 30-year-old
Whoever
prospect.
said that's on point.
Nobody's calling him a prospect. Come on.
Yo, hey. Prospect. That's exactly what he is. A 30-year-old prospect.
Hey yo, it's a true Tank Davis fan, man.
I got to give him some criticism. Man.
Me too.
Oh, go
He
ahead.
ain't like the thing is, man. These fighters ain't moving the way the fighters used to move back in the day. They ain't testing themselves. Tank Davis' resume is not up to par, man. Like he's not fighting who he needs to fight.
Hey, but real quick, who does he need to fight though?
No, that's true.
Don't you think? Hey,
What,
don't
you
you think
serious
this
right
would be
now?
the best time? Him now getting into the physical part of his career to make these fights, which, in my opinion, maybe I'm biased. Maybe I think
are
he's making
biased.
these. Hey, fuck it.
There's a handful of guys that he could be fighting in that weight class that he's in. What are you talking about?
But listen, I think he's trying to make these fights happen. So for a guy like Shakur, which I like Shakur's fight style, I love it. I like guys that don't like to get hit. But for a nigga
I got one question though.
Go ahead, real quick.
What's in between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney? Why these guys not fighting each other? You see, Earl Spence.
Devin Haney ran.
The thing is this: when Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fought it, when Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford got in between each other, now when Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence decided to fight each other, they were locked in. These guys are not locked in to fight each other.
No, that's not true. Arrow couldn't duck anymore. That's what happened.
Exactly. The thing is,
no,
the reason why that happened is because the last belt was to be collected, and it had to go through. And I love Arrow, but he had to go through Bud to be undisputed. That shit took forever. There was been talking about.
You guys know that Prograis is about the same size as Tanky.
He does.
Tanky and Prograis are about the same size, but Prograis is fighting at a higher weight division. They're probably
He has more discipline. That's the difference, in my opinion. Tank wising up. You don't see him out of camp look fat as fuck. If Prograis had more discipline, he could easily fight at 135 and wouldn't go through these problems.
I agree.
That's
to be
just my
honest,
opinion.
Prograis is more established than Tanky is. I'm serious.
That's crazy as fuck to say.
Established
140
how?
has no
It is. He's true though. It is.
He has no
Look
cause
at
to
it.
say
Like
that.
he's been a champion. He's fought like way better names than Thing has fought.
Okay, besides Josh Taylor, give me a name.
John Taylor, bro. He's fought like Baranchik. He's fought Zapata. He's fought Haney. He's fought. There's a bunch of names, bro. All those names I just mentioned are better than. Some of them are way better than Ryan. Some of them are just better.
Dave unify with the guys at 135. Why can't he fight the other champions? What's the deal?
I'm gonna say right now, Jose Zapata. I don't even fuck with Ryan. Jose Zapata gets his shit fucked up by Ryan. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm risky. I want to see Tank Davis versus old boy from Philly, Boots. I want to see
crazy. Why are you trying to force him to go up to 147? He's 5'5".
Because that's where he belongs, man. He's got
No,
a
he's 5'5" and a half. Manny Pacquiao was 5'5" and a half, bro. Who gives a shit?
No, he was 5'6".
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao was that was the same height.
5'6". I mean, he was
5'5" and a half.
No, he was 5'6". Okay, 5'5" and a half. All right.
To be fair, Tank is the guy that claims to knock out heavyweights in sparring. So
that reminds me of Prince Nassim Hamed. Remember Prince Nassim Hamed was supposed to be he was knocking out cruiserweights in sparring. Nobody believed that.
Come on, bro.
Nobody believed
It's
that.
just bad guys. They're not like actual like Anthony Joshua heavyweights. These bad guys.
Exactly. They're bums.
That's what I compared Davis to the other day. Like he's like the American version of Hamed until he gets in there against that.
Oh, that's a good point. Good comparison.
And then he gets in there. And then with his first fight against an elite level fighter, Barrera absolutely embarrassed him, and then he retires one fight later. That might be Davis.
Quentin, I disagree.
I think that might be Shakur.
You want to know why? Quentin, I disagree because he has a gift decision against Isaac Cruz.
A gift?
And
hold on.
But a gift is fucking crazy.
Gerber David has a gift decision against Isaac Cruz. I want to know what's
not landing shit. That's crazy.
That's crazy. He was running. If he wasn't landing shit, why was he running then?
Yeah, but by the way,
wait, hold on. Running is crazy because he's boxing.
He was running. He was the real tank in that fight. What the fuck are you watching?
Fam, running is Shakur Stevenson versus what's old boy name? Edwin. Literally running.
Maybe
being on the back foot and pumping the jab is not running. That's showing.
Maybe if you put the Gervonta Davis binoculars down, you would actually see the fight.
Damn. Damn. I gotta put the binoculars down.
Hey, let me ask y'all. Did you guys judge with y'all expectations or your eyes? Because I'm gonna tell you like this.
I just watched.
I'm telling you, Tank Davis beat Isaac Cruz. He beat him.
But Cruz made him change his whole game plan.
He did beat him. He got a gift decision. Yeah.
last minute replacement, 126 pounds moving up. He's supposed to knock him out. Isaac made him go into that fight.
I think the decision came off the injury. Look, the hand was swollen as fuck after
Nah,
the
that's
fight.
bullshit. That was never confirmed, bro. A bunch of bullshit.
Look, man.
What do you mean? He took his
You
hand.
see it in the
Hey,
fight. You see it in the fight.
glove.
Bunch of bullshit.
Hold on.
He showed his hand.
He goes and tells his trainer in the corner, like, I hurt my hand or something like that.
And then
he's like, nah, you need to throw that shit anyway.
His hand was swollen.
Man, he broke a nail, bro. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I don't know.
I mean, it happened, man. I'm just saying what happened.
I don't think he raped him, so of course he's gonna say that.
Here's the truth about Tank. Haney has accomplished far more than he has.
Absolutely.
Somebody said that earlier.
Devin Haney is like an industry plant. He's built. His shit is built up like it's not.
While I agree with
That's
that,
why he got exposed by Ryan so bad because it's not
exactly. While I agree with that, I feel as though he just had an opportune moment. I feel as though you can say he accomplished more, but it's like, bro, you took the belts off George Kambosos, like.
And then he ran to 140 to avoid Shakur.
And then he ran to 140 when Shakur came. I'm crying. That's the point.
Yeah,
he had the belt. Rather than defend him, he went to 140.
Shakur went in the ring right after Haney got the decision for Lomachenko and said Lomachenko beat you in every single way.
Like, why wouldn't you go fight Shakur next? He ran to 140. What kind of shit is that?
And then he got Bill Haney on camera saying that Shakur worked them every time they sparred. He's like, it's rare that we get a win on
He looked crazy as fuck. I don't even rate Shakur, but I feel like Shakur would have put crazy work on that. Oh my god, Shakur would have had him looking crazy as fuck.
I agree. That fight would be boring, bro. That would be like that fight.
Nah, because Devin Haney don't hit hard, so Shakur would get on the inside and work on.
Exactly, and then Shakur doesn't bother taking risks. That's the only reason why that fight would be boring.
For Shakur's a better boxer, so he would mix Devin Haney.
The fight wouldn't be entertaining though. It would not. That'd be a shit fight though. It would not be entertaining. I'm telling you, like it'd be a distance fight, a jab fight. It would not be entertaining. It
wouldn't be pay-per-view worthy.
They got a sparring video. The sparring video is decent.
That's crazy how we got back to talking about Tank and shit. Hey, who y'all think will win though? Tank or Shakur?
Tank.
Okay.
Tank.
So do y'all not rate Shakur like that? Y'all feel so confident in saying that, but do you not think that if Tank were to fight Shakur, that wouldn't be like one of the fights that people are asking him to fight so badly?
People will watch it. People will watch it to see. People will watch. I mean, they both have zeros. It's marketable.
I wouldn't want to watch that fight. Shakur's a runner.
I would take Shakur.
But you'd watch it, man.
Yeah,
there's just ramifications for both.
I promise you, you gonna watch that fight. Don't watch that shit.
You're gonna watch it knocked out.
This is all about levels, right? And to me, Tank struggles with boxers, and Shakur would be the best boxer he's faced.
You're not lying.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. It's an interesting
measure
fight.
your level, or you just
he did not.
Shakur said he's a good.
He did not.
So many times.
He would not look good against Frank Martin, dude.
Hey, quick question: Which boxer has Tank struggled with?
Tank did not look good against Frank Martin, dude.
Martin beat Shakur.
What? You crazy? Hey, I'm jumping around. Maybe I gotta take the binoculars off. I'm gonna take the binoculars off real quick.
Frank Martin beat Shakur.
And I'm watching one dude stalk another man for 7 rounds, and then after the 3rd round, completely figure him out and gas him out and have this man on the ropes for the whole fucking rest of the fight, touching him up with body shots, hitting him to the head when he wants to, and then finally figuring him out and hitting the perfect shot.
Do you think he can do it to Shakur though?
Do you think
he can do it to Shakur?
From Shakur. Wait, he's not going to get that pressure from Shakur. Shakur pressures nobody. So that's two different fights. Styles make fights, and for once, with the Ghost, he'd never been in nothing that high profile. That's his first time in the highlights and all. Like literally, like they knew what they were doing.
But the point, no, hold on. But the point is, he's talking about he struggled. How the fuck did he struggle when he got him out of there before the championship round?
This is why
he didn't struggle.
Hunting
was crazy.
He struggled more against goalies than he did against
Let me respond.
You're just looking at the end of the fight. Go ahead.
Hunting for a KO doesn't mean that you're winning the fight.
Did you see Tank's
After the
face?
3rd round, he won every round.
Bro, you could just fight. Edwin Dos Santos actually beat Shakur. He never got the decision. Edwin Dos Santos, that's the guy you should fight. That's 135. That's a good fight, man. Edwin Dos Santos, both can crack.
That's a great fight. Yeah, I agree with that.
Both can move
They
fast.
said Dos Santos has an injury or something right now.
Oh, that's the one.
That'd be a good fight, though.
That's the one. If Loma's not there.
Hey, because Edwin is stupid athletic. I've never seen somebody move like that. Dumb athletic.
Yeah, but I doubt that Davis.
I remember people saying that the Pitbull Cruz win looked very good on Tank Davis's resume, but then you look at Pitbull Cruz where his career went. He just lost to Rayo, and how that win looks terrible. And it's not really that good of a win now.
Okay, and then what about the other wins? There's other wins that age pretty well. You got Mario Barrios. You got Ryan Garcia now that's aging well.
Ryan Garcia, I mean, do you count that win now? Because apparently officially he didn't beat Devin Haney, right? What's your opinion?
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence with it. At the end of the day, he cheated, so I guess we can't count it. Like,
right.
I mean,
okay, so then don't count it. Then don't count it,
bro. If we just discredit every cheater in boxing, then you don't have a sport.
Ryan beats Tank at one. Ryan beats Tank at 140.
Why? Explain to me why he does that.
No weight clauses, no none of that. Ryan's gonna tear him up.
Hey,
Ryan
so how about this? Wait, hey, hold on. How about this? How about with the weight? I mean, again. Y'all are so fixated on this. When I say y'all, it's just a general statement. Because I don't understand why we would want weight bullies in boxing. We need to clean that shit up. That shit makes no sense. But okay, hold on. Real quick. He looked better in the Tank fight. Not even because Tank said that. He looked quicker, sharper. That's why to me, Dev is low-key ass as fuck. Because you got Ryan who sat there and did the same shit all fight. I'm gonna spam my hook and knock you the fuck out, and that's all he did. He looked, and I'm not even trying to knock Ryan. He looked sloppy. He looked tired. I put my bread on him. I'm thinking, bro, you're gonna knock this nigga out, and he didn't do it. That was one of the easiest people to put out. Ryan looked ass in that fight. He did not look good in that fight, in my opinion.
Ryan said he felt like shit going into the Tank fight, so he just went out there and threw everything in the first and second round.
But that's the point. That's why Ryan wouldn't even beat him at 140 because Ryan has no IQ right now.
Yeah, but Ryan's rib was compromised for that fight with Tank. They knew it. Chinaman came out and was like, I fucked you in the body up, How's that feel, Ryan Garcia, before the fight?
Hold on, I'm trying to... Ryan's very astute. Ryan's had like Canelo and different guys. Like Ryan's very astute and intelligent. He knows what works for him, but he does have. But at 140, like Tank knows that. When they brought him down at 135, he was struggling to get down there. That guy can't fight at 135 anymore. You put them at 140.
His last fight was at 135 before Tank. No, what are we talking about? You just fought at 135. If you so quick to go up, go up.
Man, I think Tank even at 140 can probably beat Ryan. The thing is, it's going to be a much, much more tougher fight, a much more grueling fight.
Why is that?
Because
he's not trained. He's not
yeah, he's not going to be dehydrated. There's not going to be a dehydration.
I'll ask everybody to go. I ask everybody to please. I think everybody should go rewatch round 2 of the Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight. Round 2. Look at how Tank Davis was trying to fucking hold on for dear life. But after that,
hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go watch round 2. Go watch round 2.
Round 2.
Yes.
That to me personally, I'm looking at that like he's on his mission to do what he said he wanted to do. I don't personally think Gervonta was frightened. Yeah, he held because that's just boxing IQ. But in that same round that we're saying that Gervonta was so frightened.
You hold on because of ring IQ? Yeah. No, because of the situation. You're put in a situation where you have to hold. He looked completely uncomfortable.
But that comes with the territory.
And great. That's fine. You're right. He looked completely uncomfortable.
He looked hurt.
Till he timed him so easily. Because Ryan has no IQ. I'm going to throw the same hook.
I would argue that the weight class did play a role in the fight. And so
Mahar, I have to correct you.
I got a question.
Actually, Garcia fought at a catchweight of 139, and he fought at 140. Those are 2 fights before the Davis fight, so he did not fight
that's
at
why when somebody said that the fight, Gypsy Boxing said that the fight would be completely different. It's true. Now, I'm not saying Tank would lose a fight or I don't know, but it would be a different fight. We all agree on that, I think.
Yeah, he fought him when he had just moved up to 140, which is obviously that's a very that's a what do you call it? That's a technical type thing that he did. He's like, he just moved up. That must mean he can't make 135 anymore. So that's when I'll bring him back down.
Okay. But then I'm the A side, so why the fuck would I move up?
No, that's okay. But now we're talking about something else. Well, I'm just saying if the fight took place, by the way,
he's not even the fucking A side. What are you talking about?
We're not going into that.
You're crazy because Oscar De La Hoya, I don't even mean to get loud. He just went ahead and said that fight tanked as far as the sales. He just exposed the sales, and Gervonta outsold them with Frank Martin. Come on, what are we talking about?
All right,
he had more sales with Frank Martin than.
I want to say one thing
Ryan
about
had with an undisputed
about
champion.
Go ahead,
What
White
were
Devil.
I want to say one thing about
what
the
were the
Tank
official
Garcia
numbers
fight.
then?
Go ahead. Wait, hold on. One at a time. White Devil, go ahead.
To me, there is every indication that Ryan was a guy that went in there with no game plan.
Right.
And if you hear the things that he said before the fight, oh, what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna go in there and knock him out. F that.
Yeah,
That was his basic reaction.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm full with Ryan.
No, that's true. And Tank Davis is not a bad boxer. I mean, you have to go in there with a game plan for sure. I mean, what he pulled off in round, what Ryan pulled off in round 2 was just pure skills, and abilities, but nothing. There was no real game plan. I agree with that. By the way, I just want to read a super chat. Super chat from Chris K. Thank you for that. He says, Tank Davis's resume is so thin. I would be his biggest test. I would be his biggest win. Okay, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's hard to box.
It's so thin, it's anorexic.
And Gypsy, come on, bench. All right, it's hard to box with a game plan when you're fucking coming in there looking like the Walking Dead. So, I mean,
he looked terrible.
I
looked at
there's
the
a video of
pictures.
Ryan saying that like he was weight drained, so he just went in there in the Tank fight and threw everything in the first and second round because he knew he wasn't gonna be able to like continue.
I mean, shit.
Look it up. Look up his video with Bradley Martin. They talk about it.
I mean, I just want to know. What were these pay-per-view numbers? That's what I want to know.
And then on top of that, I mean, shit, I'm gonna go look for him a second. But top of that, he was acting as if that wasn't the case. He's eating tacos on fight week. He acted as if it was all good and daisy. Like, I mean, come on. I get that you're saying he was drained, but he never gave off the fact that it was a problem.
Oh, he said Mike Tyson got him sick too. Y'all seen that shit?
Like, come on. He never gave off. He never used it as an issue until it benefited him being after the fight. It's like, don't sign for it if you're not going to be.
Why else would you
I agree with you. He should never have signed that shit. I mean, he did sign it.
I was gonna get into saying that. Why sign for that fight if you weren't going to condition your body to be perfect for the money for that?
It was an issue before the fight, though.
$30 million that would never happen to him or for Tanky. That's why.
Point eight, in my opinion,
that's why.
Had he took the fight at 135, there would have never been no catch when he could have went 135, no problem.
He would have never fought him. He would have never fought him at 135. If he said, because he's growing, Ryan's growing, and he goes to 140, he's not going to want to fight him at 140. He's not going to want to fight him at 147, of course not. There's no way. But he likes to make claims like he wants to fight Crawford at one point, Tanky. So, like...
you don't like Tank at all, huh?
No, bro. I used to like him. To be honest with you, there was a point that I did like him. Right, not anymore, bro. Like that, he's just being a coward. He has capabilities, he got skills, but he's just being a fucking coward, bro. He ain't gonna be nothing later on in boxing. He's talking about Hall of Fame. He's shitting on an actual Hall of Famer. That beterbiev.
Oh, okay, yeah. You don't like that. I mean, listen, they're fighters, man. They're gonna talk shit, but you know they respect each other.
I know, but he shouldn't be talking like that. You're not on that same level.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I mean, Davis hasn't even unified any belts yet, and he's at every chance.
He has at every chance. But then again, I'm trying to let y'all know he just got from under Floyd's shadow. The first shit he does from under Floyd, he goes and fight Ryan. In my opinion, all from here, these guys don't want to make the fight. Canelo crosses over to PBC to go fucking unify belts. Crawford goes to PBC to go fucking make undisputed fights happen. If it's people like Loma who wants to go spend time with his family, but you didn't want to do that against George Kambosos. And then you got guys like Shakur who's joining a banner where the promoter has said and made numerous claims that he's not going to go and chase Javante Davis. It's like, bro, these guys don't want to fight him.
Okay, but if he's the face of boxing and he makes all this money, why would they not want to fight him? That doesn't make any sense.
You know why? You know why they don't want to fight him? Because
Shakur's going to get memed to fucking death if he gets knocked out by Tank.
Well, who said exactly? That's what I'm about to say. That's the why they don't want to fight, because it comes with severe consequences. You're gonna be fucked up for a year after getting battered and knocked the fuck out by Tank. That's just what it is. If Shakur wanted the fight to happen, it would have happened December. It would have happened. He would have came to PBC, one fight deal, and it would have happened. This was the best time for it to happen, especially because Loma backed out.
So Davis sent all these guys contracts and none of them took it. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, listen, we're not gonna know. We're not gonna know what it is. But after Loma clearly, vividly said, and everybody, I think Loma's camp said it, that he wanted to spend time with family. There's no reason for Tank not to go chase other guys that are not as big as Loma in terms of a legacy fight.
So why is he fighting guys like Lamont Roach? Why is he not
Because that's the only option. Would y'all rather Tank fight once a year or give y'all one big fight a year and then stay active with the next fight? What would y'all rather?
But he hasn't had any big fights.
I wanted to see the Ryan fight, but I get why you wouldn't make that right now.
That is not the only option.
Wait,
That is not.
hey, whoever said the Ryo fight, whoever said that, I thought he was gonna take that fight, man. I thought he was gonna go up and fight Ryo easy.
That's a tough fight, though.
But he
fight.
was gonna have him come back down and wait again, like he always does.
I thought he said he was gonna go up to go fight Ryo. That's an easy. I mean, I like Ryo, but Ryo got knocked out by Edward.
I'm leaving. The excellency will come through. BDA.
It's already there.
Teofimo is sparring.
Man. Hey, Gypsy, you don't need to leave, man. I can make it. No, he left. No, he's still here.
No, I'm here. I was like, I caught you last second because I was gonna press the button.
Oh, Revolucion left. All right, shout out to Revolucion then. I just wanted to say something about the Del Hoya was saying that that dude is an idiot if he is telling the truth. That's the problem. I don't know if he's telling the truth about the Garcia Haney numbers. I don't know how many lines of coke he did before he does any of these clapback cheek clapback Thursdays or whatever. But the problem with the whole Tank Davis being the A-side thing is that we don't know that if he's the A-side because neither the PBC nor Showtime, back when they were televising his fights, they never released the numbers. They always did it through a writer. So we don't know if indeed he's this, he's doing 300,000 pay-per-view buys, which even if he is, that's nothing really. They're popping up in the champagne bowls for 300,000 pay-per-view buys. Then, of course, you got Espinosa.
But you don't think, I don't mean to cut you off, but you don't think that that's good in the day of illegal streaming?
I know you don't mean to cut me off, but you're cutting me off, man. But
I did cut you off. You're right.
I'll be done in a second. Espinosa, don't forget, he was on that Chicken Talk or whatever it's called on Twitter, and he let out the bag that he's never done above 200,000 or 250,000, something like that. So they give out these numbers to try to create the impression that he's the A-side, but he's not. He's really not.
It's where we have illegal streaming though, so you wouldn't consider 300,000 buys in the era of illegal because I haven't bought a pay-per-view.
Are we counting that?
The last pay-per-view I bought, actually the first fucking I feel as though with my own money I bought was dead ass Frank Martin versus Gervonta Davis. Like
that's a garbage fight. Would you waste your money on that shit?
Hey, shit. Hey, I like Beterbiev, so that's my boy. I didn't want to go through no bullshit where I'm having to keep refreshing. I fought with Beterbiev, so I thought he was gonna starch that dude that he fought. So I wanted to watch that fight. I love the card, by the way. I thought it was a great fight. I thought all the fights was great, and I was even what's his name from that boxing family. I can't even think. Gary Russell taking the upset loss. Like that was a good. I love the card. But in the day and age of illegal streaming, you wouldn't consider 300,000 buys good.
Why are you bringing up illegal streaming? Why are you bringing up illegal streaming like it's a fucking new thing, bro? Like what the fuck are you talking about?
It wasn't as. I don't feel as though. I feel like it's way more prominent now. I don't think it was as
Bro,
easy.
the only reason why you're bringing up fucking streaming is because that motherfucker can't sell. Point blank.
Well, let me say this about that.
Sometimes I'll be surprised that Canelo doesn't do as much.
Illegal streaming's been around since the mid 2000s. So
it's even been
but it's so easy to access now.
Before that, even before that, Mr. BDA.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not done talking. I'm not. Please. I mean, and if we're gonna go with the whole, it's illegal streaming, it's taking away pay-per-view buys, and we can apply that to the Garcia Haney fight. Maybe that did more than 200,000 without the illegal streamer. So
that's true.
To start delving into these whole numbers things as to why Tank Davis doesn't have to fight the tough competition. Look, Tank Davis is a guy that can draw crowds at least at the gate. So we know there's interest. We know that there's interest in him. He's a knockout artist, so that attracts even more interest for us boxing fans. So why is it that this dude, who now it's coming out potentially, it's a rumor, potentially he's haggling over money? And then you start thinking, well, maybe that's why Lomachenko stepped out of the negotiations with him. Because, I mean, think about it. There's one guy out there who hasn't fought the best, and that's Tank Davis. I think at this point, it's not a conspiracy theory anymore to say that his team, or maybe him or his team, maybe both, I don't know, are just don't want to have these fights, which is inconceivable to me. Because I asked the question yesterday on the show. I said, Canelo's taken losses. Joshua's taken losses. They still have star power. Why do you guys think, I'm asking you to speculate, why do you think the PBC are so afraid of Tank Davis taking a loss?
Let me answer that for you.
He's all they got.
The Mayweather effect, man. The Mayweather effect, man.
Yeah.
Simple and plain. One thing I realize is this, man. Even as a black guy, man, I understand that the Mexican fan base are a lot more loyal. You can lose and there's nothing because back in the day, that's how it was. That's the reality, man. The black fans, respectfully, your fighter takes a loss, they quit him. They make it seem like they make it seem like their 1 loss is 100 losses. We got a guy like Earl Spence Jr., who was arguably considered one of the best 147 pounders. After he took a loss to one of the greatest, they say he's a bum.
Clowned. Yup. Same thing with Wilder.
Look, if Earl Spence was
almost died in a car accident. Had 2 eye surgeries.
That's bullshit. I hate motherfuckers that like to pander, bro.
That's real.
Yeah, you wouldn't have fought. You wouldn't have fought. You wouldn't have fought with that. And I love Earl, but you wouldn't have fought.
Get out of here with that pandering shit. Get out of here with that pandering shit. Sean Porter took many losses, and motherfuckers still fuck with Sean Porter.
Motherfuckers don't fuck. Man, Sean Porter is low key though. We're talking about on a star level.
Exactly. He was a challenger, basically.
Name me a Mexican fighter that took multiple losses that still.
Barrera Marquez
Juan
Morales.
Manuel Marquez.
Yeah.
I could name. We could
said
name
right
Marquez.
now.
Wow, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Canelo.
You can say the same thing about Shane Mosley. So what's your point?
Okay, boom. So Ryan Garcia, he took a deflating loss, and people still love him. They love him. That fan base, that culture, the Mexican or Latin culture, they stick by their guys. We don't do that.
Ryan Garcia is an anomaly because he got fans from all kinds of different.
All right.
Okay, boom. Canelo right now. Canelo right
took
there.
losses.
You know something?
I
already
brought him up.
Munguia as well.
Munguia. They love Munguia.
Let me finish.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
Let me finish. You leaving out context. Earl didn't just lose. He got his ass whooped. Canelo didn't get his ass whooped.
He did.
He got fucking destroyed. Like, yeah, that's gonna hurt your fucking
destroyed. By who?
Crawford.
Earl Spence didn't get destroyed.
No. Canelo got destroyed by who? What?
Manny Pacquiao got his last fight against.
You don't listen, motherfucker.
Can I say something?
No, that's literally what you said.
Can I say something?
You didn't say that, bro. You just making shit up right now.
All right, Gypsy, nobody's talking to you, right, bro?
I do agree with bro said. I agree with bro said, but this is what I think we're missing. A lot of the black fighters put them on themselves. They try to take that Mayweather thing, whatever, and then when things start to when we kind of get to see what they really are, then things kind of unravel. A lot of guys was riding their zeros for a long time. The Charlos, Devin, all those guys, they were riding those zeros for a minute. That's the market. That zero is the market. Like a lot of people watching to see them get beat. Instead of making people love them, they play the villain, and so people it's like a reverse type, but it kind of backfires on them because people don't really give a fuck about them anyway. So they kind of put that on themselves, honestly.
Yeah, one of the Charlos still
bragging rights, or is it
Can I add to that to what Ason said? It's interesting because as long as I've been watching boxing, I've been trying to wrap my head around what makes somebody a mainstream star. Like De La Hoya was mainstream. He was in commercials. He was hanging out with celebrities. Celebrities went to fight. The average American knew who De La Hoya was. Same thing with Pacquiao eventually. And then with Mayweather and Canelo to a certain extent. So my question has always been, what makes a guy, like Sugar Ray Leonard, mainstream? And one of the common denominators that I've seen is you got to fight hold on. One of the common denominators is you have to fight the best. So Ason and other people have mentioned the fact that what we got going now is the O effect, the Mayweather effect. They want to keep that O to remain marketable. But it seems to me like that makes no sense anymore. I mean, it on paper it makes sense, but now it's we're starting to see that makes no sense because you need to fight the best. You can keep your own for as long as you want, but if you're fighting nobodies, look at what's going on with Tank Davis. He's not selling.
PDA, why don't we just call it the Julio Cesar Chavez effect? Because he had that 80 wins and stuff. I mean, why Mayweather?
But that's different. That's different. I think Chavez just liked the fight.
That dude had 80 fucking wins and no losses.
You're right, but I think Chavez just liked the fight. Like I don't think he gave a fuck at whoever it was. Mayweather literally. As much as I love him,
out of here. Mayweather got a way better resume than Chavez.
Oh, of course. We're not saying that. No, we're not knocking that.
I mean,
of course.
Overactivity? No, he doesn't.
A lot of it's like cherry picking. Every name he gets from Mayweather's resume pops out and got KO.
That nigga lost Randall. Who the fuck is Randall?
Of course, but real quick.
Here we go, undefeated record, 50-0, baby.
How about? But the question was,
no, we're not playing that game, Dirk. We've talked about this, the record, the O. We're not impressed by that shit. We break down the resume. We break down who he fought, when he fought them. We break down the resumes. Who he fought, when he fought them, who he didn't fight. You know what I mean? Like, you're saying he lost to Randall. You're saying he lost to Randall. All of a sudden, that's it. It's a rap. It's not a rap.
But
it's more bragging rights than anything. You making it seem like Floyd fought a bunch of bums.
No, but I'm not saying he's 50-0. He fought all of these great fighters.
Resume 50-0 to Rocky Marciano, actual heavyweight 50-0. That's different. When you're heavyweight 50-0, it's not you always mention that juggernaut in the 140 division. I mean, sorry, in the heavyweight division. He constantly
beat more Hall of Famers than anybody, bro.
All right. We gotta get some order. We gotta get some order.
Like, what do you order? He got KO'd. He didn't fight him on the ground. He didn't fight him near Khan.
He got beat by McDonough, by the way.
It's not even working.
Hey guys, y'all damn. I'm the host just trying to say something.
Hear me, guys.
All right, I don't understand you guys. We went through this about an hour ago. You can't all start talking at the same time. Let's go back to the whole thing about why Tank Davis has not crossed over into mainstream stardom, which he could. He's on the cusp of it. And again, let's go back to my point. To become a mainstream star, you have to fight the best. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole Mayweather thing, but let's just say Mayweather was fighting the guys that people want to see, well, like Shane Mosley. Then eventually Canelo, there was a demand for that fight, even though Canelo was green. Whatever, there was a demand. Tank Davis is not fighting the guys that the people are demanding. So what's going to be the end game with him? He's not making money by keeping fighting these guys like Lamont Roach and Frank Martin. So what is the end game?
Well, for one, Mr. BDA, he has to conduct himself outside the ring like a gentleman. Like he's doing dumb shit and people, and he's doing, pregnant people. And so first of all, he has to conduct himself well. He's almost 30. He conducts himself as if he's like 18 or 19. He dresses like a ballerina sometimes.
Okay, you talking about dressing. Chill out. Hey, let me get in after him, though. Let me get in. Keep going, though. Let me get in after him, please.
I'm not done. Wait, go
ahead.
This man, I'm not critiquing how people put their drip on. I'm not saying that, but he doesn't care.
You is, though.
He doesn't carry himself as a man, though. He does not. And like I said, it's rather boyish. You got is rather juvenile. So he doesn't carry himself well. And then two, like I said, he got to get from a Libre on these. They're still doing that tactic. They're matching him. They're matching him with guys so they can make a couple down. They're not selling whatever. Like it's not working. He has to move up and fight savages at this point.
But how about this? I know we ponder on 30-year-old prospect. Y'all gotta understand, y'all know Floyd didn't fight Arturo Gatti till he was damn near like 29, 30 as well, right? He didn't fight Zab till he was around that
Yeah, he fought De La Hoya 30. He fought De La Hoya 30. He fought De La Hoya 30.
Exactly. Boom. He was over the age. He was 30.
But I think it's a different situation.
No. Hold on. I hate to have to defend Mayweather, but he'd already beaten Chico Corrales. He'd beaten Canelo.
Turkey's on a plane on a Messerschmitt or some
What
shit.
the
Guys,
fuck,
I'm
bro?
trying to find out. Can anybody hear me? Yeah, my Discord is not working proper.
No, that's right. I forgot about Corrales. I don't even know how.
Can you guys hear each other?
Yeah. You gotta mute yourself.
I tried to find
All
out.
right, guys, mute yourselves, please. BDA, go ahead.
Yeah, so Mayweather had 3 good wins, a whole bunch of wins before he fought.
Dirk, mute yourself. There we go.
I gotta mute him.
He had a whole bunch of wins before, and that was the difference. So by the time he fought De La Hoya in 2007, he'd already been pro for about 10, 11 years. And that's why there was an interest in the fight, because I said, whoa, you get the Golden Boy, the Golden Goose, versus a guy who's undefeated. And they marketed it as he's fighting a guy who's a guru. He's a boxing savant. Who's going to come out on top? You can't really do that with Tank Davis because he, as much as they're trying to, he doesn't really have that reputation, at least not amongst hardcore boxing fans. So that's my thing is, it's disappointing to see Tank Davis on the cusp of stardom because it would all make it more interesting for us boxing fans. But for some reason, they just don't want to push him.
They're looking for a big fight,
Sorry,
though.
guys.
I mean, but he fought a Wash De La Hoya. They just got knocked out by Hopkins.
Guys, can anybody hear me?
All right, hold on. Let Roman go in. He's been there for a while and hasn't said shit. Go ahead.
Oh man, just trying to find out. Can you hear me or not?
Yes.
I'm just a fan of the show, guys, and I appreciate the show, and I want to say thank you for the show.
Thank you for being
That's
on.
all. God bless you.
Oh, okay.
God bless, guys.
We're a fan of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right. Guys, let me just read a super chat from Chris K. Thank you for your super chat. He says, once I got locked up, I lost my... And he put a peach. So...
wait a minute. Come on. What?
No, he said my zero and a peach. So I don't know. I think he's talking about something else.
But isn't the fighters? Aren't the fighters that Floyd fought like later, like the last 10 was kind of questionable, like Robert Guerrero, old Andre Berto, Victor Ortiz was trash. Like,
Yeah, but look at Floyd. Look at Floyd's age.
Canelo, he drank another Capoeira.
Guerrero was like a 35er, wasn't he?
If we're gonna hold Tank to these rehydration clauses and stuff, why don't we hold Floyd to the catchweight thing against Canelo?
He did fight Margarito.
I'm going to exercise my First Amendment rights, and I'm going to say the reason why Tank is the way he is because Tank is a lazy fuck. That's the reason why. He wants easy fights, big money. Easy fight, big money is going to end his career just like that. Easy money, big. He's a thug. That likes to make easy money just like every thug wants to, bro. That's how it is. Easy money, steal, do whatever you can. Make easy money. Don't work so hard, bro. That's what it is, bro. I'm telling you. And he's going to end his career just the same, just like that. Easy money. Make everybody believe that he's doing some shit, which really not. He's got talent, though. He just likes the easy money. He don't want the big challenges, not the hard challenges. Dude, that's why he didn't. When Turkey Al Sheikh offered him, he's like, "Fuck that, I ain't gonna take that shit."
Because he don't need it like these other guys.
Yeah, well, no,
who beats Tank in your opinion,
bro,
though?
you don't need it, bro. He'll give him a shit ton of money, bro. What are you talking about?
Who beats Tank in your opinion? Who best Tank?
What do you mean? Who beats Tank? I'm not talking about who beats Tank. I'm talking about.
But I'm just asking you.
Challenge. He don't want a challenge.
If he's okay, so if he don't want the challenge, or if he's lazy, who beats him is what I'm asking you. Who beats him?
Oh,
we don't know. We gotta see who fights.
Lomachenko can beat him. Lomachenko at his old age can probably still pull it off. He can still pull it off.
Who's saying Haney? Who's saying Haney is the more?
Pitbull Cruz at 140 will beat him. Pitbull Cruz at 140 will beat him.
The Pitbull Cruz who got fucked up by Ryo at 140 will beat Tank. Maybe I got the binoculars on, but that's not here.
You do not have binoculars on. You forgot that Davis has a gift decision against Cruz.
Ryo at one point was boxing the head off of Teofimo Lopez in sparring. So he got stopped for 3 rounds in sparring with Teo.
No, Ryo knocked out Teofimo in sparring.
The difference between Ryo and Davis, Ryo didn't need a gift decision.
I think Isaac Cruz actually beat. I think Isaac Cruz actually beat Ryo. I don't know. To me it looked like he actually beat him, but that's my opinion. It don't really fucking matter, bro. I think Isaac Cruz actually beat. And I like Ryo. And I think Isaac Cruz edged it. He actually pulled it off. But yeah, 140 might be a different story for a small man Isaac Cruz fighting a little bit taller Tanky. You know what I mean? It might be different. Yeah. It might be. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying he's lazy. I think Tank is just lazy, bro. That's all it is. He want easy money.
You don't fuck with Tank. I don't see why not. But hold on, you said Teofimo. How Teofimo beats him? This nigga Teofimo has no power.
I didn't say Teofimo beats him. I said,
okay. Somebody else said it. It must not be you.
Whoever said that, I agree with.
Look, I said Teo.
Yes,
he lost to Cambosis. You know what Tank does.
Oh my god, here we go, man.
He lost to Cambosis, but your boy lost to fucking what's his name? Isaac Cruz, a midget. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I gotta rewatch this fight without the binoculars.
I didn't make a matchup. I said Teo got boxed up by
loss
Ryo.
is not the end of the world, though. We have to look at what happened after the loss. After the loss, he beat Josh Taylor, though. Say what you want, he fucked him up.
He did.
So that kind of redeemed himself. But then he looked like
Josh Taylor's virginity was taking off.
I appreciate you reminding me that he did go up and beat. That's a good win.
That's the thing. So we can't just look at a loss. I understand the loss against Cambosis looks terrible, but we gotta put it into perspective here. Like, what happened after that? Like, did he retire? No, he kept on fighting. So people go crazy. Oh, he lost to this guy. So like, Lomachenko lost to Salido. Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Come on.
He beat Josh Taylor after Taylor was dropped.
I know. We talked about it.
That's true, right? He was washed.
I agree.
It's
He
still
wasn't
Josh
washed.
Taylor,
He had
though.
one bad performance. He still had wins over Prograis and fucking Ramirez. He was still at worst the second best fighter in the division. Tank Taylor was washed.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Taylor. I was about to say it's still Josh Taylor. But here's my thing. So, do y'all believe into that myth that I hear about? Because I rate him, but not as much. Because I don't know,
No,
bro.
Tio is a pound for pound fighter. He's a two-weight
He
lift.
is. But I just don't like that he lost to Cambosis.
It happens.
Hold
There's
on.
so many fighters
Do
that
y'all
get
believe?
upset. There's so many fighters that have off nights. Floyd should have
That's
lost to
true.
fucking Castillo. Floyd could have
Yeah,
arguably lost to
off
Daniel
nights
La
for real.
Hoya.
Nah,
I
I
agree.
don't think it was an
Maidana.
off night, dude. I think it was. I think
And he was probably damaged.
Yeah, I was gonna
he
say
was
though.
probably
I was gonna
hurt.
say off night is crazy. I feel as though he came with the game plan to try to get him out of there. And he just wasn't better than him in that terms in that
He could have
gritty
been physically
aspect.
I
compromised.
disagree. I think he was
Took
fighting
him
two
lightly and
fights
he
that night.
fought down to the level. That's what I think. He does that. He
Yeah,
doesn't.
I was gonna ask. I was just gonna ask real quick. Whoever said that, do y'all believe in that myth? I guess that whenever Teofimo fights somebody that's a high level, he rises like to that same level, or like you said, he fights to the level of lower opponents. So do you believe if he were to fight a Tank, he'd be on a high level, or he'd fight like?
Yeah, he would
I
knock
think,
Tank out.
I think
Tank
he
and
would show up
Tio,
for that.
look, man, I think
I
Tank
don't
and
know who
Tio
would
are
win,
the
but
same
he'd
level.
show up for that fight.
Broskis. Tio and Tank are in the same level. They're like B+ fighters. They're not A level.
Tank is A for
level
me.
for me is like Lomachenko. That's A level. That they don't move like that. They don't. They got the reason why I'm not giving them that is because they don't. The punch output, the lateral movement. There's a lot of things that neither one of these guys do to that level of Lomachenko. So I'm not gonna put them at A level. I'll give them B+. But they got power. They got power. So I'm. Let me say this. I'm gonna bounce anyways because I got a flight to catch. So these, they're about the same, but Tio's slightly better because he's gone through the opposition, better opposition. He's got more experience because he did. He's a little more sharper. He's a little bit, he's done it. We see more of it. But Tank also doesn't throw as much as Tio does. Tio doesn't throw much neither, but he throws a little bit more. So, and they're both power punchers. They're both explosives. They're both good with the feet. Tank might be slightly better with the legs.
No, Tank has horrible footwork. But go ahead.
Yeah. It's just I think he's a little bit better. I think he has slightly better footwork than Tio. But I favor Tank. I favor not Tank. I favor Tio over Tank, but it's gonna be a close fight. If they fight,
Tio knocked out Tank.
Let him finish.
Bro, you already know Gypsy's just gonna make up some random shit, bro.
I'm not making no random shit up, bro. I'm saying it's a close fight. If there's a fight, they'll be going into decision, and I would favor Tank to take it because of his stardom, because of his popularity, not because he actually takes a W. I think he loses by 1 round against Tio. That's what I think happens.
That's Gypsy with the Usyk profile. Hey, first off, if that's you, safe flight for sure. But
yeah,
I really I couldn't agree with that. So you feel as though Tio is slightly better than Tank, and then on top of that, you said Vasily is an A fighter. So then, if that's the case, you would put Devin in that same category. He's an A fighter, right?
Devin has a reach advantage and all kinds of shit over Lomachenko, and Lomachenko doesn't hit like Tank does.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Those things matter though, and when he beat him, Loma beat him by 1 or 2 rounds, but the shit was in his favor. The whole thing was not in his favor. Bob Arum is not the
all American judges, dude. We don't even gotta talk about
this,
dude. This all American judges. We've been over this. Bob
Arum fucked over Pacquiao too. So let's just not talk about shit like that. He did beat him, but Loma fight with Tank is different because they're about the same height. He has more. It's gonna be easier for Loma to touch him up. The only chance Tank is gonna have. I'm not saying Tank has no chance of beating Loma.
Chance. That's all he's got is a puncher's chance.
Chance. Yeah, he can hit him in a body. He can catch him in a body. He can phase him there. He can do some shit like that, which could, really make Loma think about what to do next. But I think Loma will eventually find a loophole where he just constantly connecting and Tank has no answer, and then he just loses.
But why do y'all not?
I don't think he knocks him out though.
But why do y'all not rate the puncher's chance so much, especially a puncher that has such a high ratio?
I'll tell you, Milhar. I'll tell you right now. In Tank's entire career, he became a world champion 7 years ago. He has never, ever, in his 3 weight classes he's campaigned in, fought a Ring Magazine fighter that was rated number 1 or
Okay,
number 2
I hear what
in the
you're
division.
saying, but fuck
Never.
that.
He's
I
never
hear what
even
you're
fought a
saying.
top 3
Yeah.
fighter
Go
in
ahead.
any of those divisions.
Go ahead.
Never fought a top 3 fighter in one of those
Okay.
3 divisions. Except
Let
maybe
me jump in after you. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the thing. Every time he fights at another weight class, he never fights the top guys. That's why I can't say he was ever the top guy at any weight class because he ducks the top guy.
Okay, cool. But the point that we're trying to make is that how these fights would end up. So my thing is, y'all are gonna say that, right? And I guess that's the excuse that you guys are gonna use for why Tank's KO ratio is high or whatever the fuck, why he performs so well. But you got Teo, which I rate him. He's fighting Steve Claggett. Maybe I'm pressed
you
because he
want to
stole
talk
my
about
parlay on the
Claggett?
night.
Oh, yeah. All right,
Maybe
let's
I'm
talk about
pressed.
him.
But he fought Steve Claggett with 7, 8, 9
Okay,
losses.
so you don't
and
know.
couldn't
You don't
finish
know
him.
boxing. Okay, you know what? Guess what? Steve Claggett had 50 professional fights. Had only been knocked out once 12 years ago.
Couldn't give a
before
fuck. You got
Hold
8,
up.
9
No, you need to
losses. If you're
listen.
Teofimo
You need to
Lopez
listen.
in your ring
You need to
magazine,
listen.
you gotta finish him. You gotta get him out of there.
He only been knocked out once in 50 pro fights, and I actually looked up at the knockout that happened 11 years before he fought fucking Teofimo Lopez. It was a fucking bullshit, fake, fixed PBC stoppage. It wasn't actually from the PBC. It was an early stoppage in the Philippines. Steve Claggett effectively had never convincingly been knocked out in 50 professional fights before he fought Teofimo Lopez.
Has he been dropped?
Yeah, he had been hurt. Not much though. Not many times. Not many times.
I don't know,
I'll tell you
man.
that.
I don't like
Steve
the Teal
Claggett,
bias. I
50
don't like the
fights.
Teal bias going on.
Bro, it's not biased, dude. You don't know. Claggett had never been convincingly KO'd in 50 professional fights. Frank Martin was a fucking prospect with a contender resume.
He beat Muhammad Ali though. What's his name?
Frank Martin?
Got that nigga's name.
Oh yeah, Frank Martin.
When he got a gift
he's
decision?
talking about Artem. Yeah, gift decision against Artem.
Yeah,
Frank Martin never beat a top 10 fighter, and Tank was losing rounds to that guy. Tank was losing.
He got a gift decision against Artem, just like Davis got a gift decision against Cruz.
He still dropped Artem.
I feel like that's the narrative.
Or couldn't do. Shakur looked like he was scared of Artem at one point.
Dude, Tank had lost. Or Tank
Didn't Frank drop Artem? Pretty sure he dropped him, right? But did y'all not watch the fight? Are we just going off narratives?
He dropped him in the 12th round. What's it matter?
I mean, I'm just saying, are y'all going off narratives or y'all going off like the fight?
No, we actually. I mean, it could have been. It was a 114, 113 either way kind of fight. 6 rounds to 6 with Martin if you couldn't give him the knockdown, or 7 rounds to 5 Artem, and with the knockdown he still wins by a point. It was one of those kind of fights.
Yeah, I thought his fight against Artem was better than Shakur's fight against Artem.
I mean, it was more entertaining. But that's just because Shakur is a better fighter than.
No, I just thought Frank had a better performance than Shakur did.
Oh yeah, he's more offensively excited. It's because I know I get it, but Artem wasn't opening up as much on Shakur because he was gonna get counterpunched. I'm not saying Shakur is some fucking killer, but he's a better fighter than Frank Martin is. But yeah, that's why Tank is like. That's why Tank should not even be in anybody's pound for pound discussion. This guy's never fought a top 3 fighter. How can he be on a fucking pound for pound list when you've never fought a top 3 fighter? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a pound for pound fighter. I'm just
no,
saying
I know. I get it.
He's pretty good.
Well, yeah, he's probably a top 3, 4, 5 guy at the weight class, but that doesn't make him pound for pound.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But he's number 1 or number 2 Ring Magazine at 35.
Yeah, but they play a racial bias. There's absolutely no reason why Gervonta Davis should be rated number 1 by the Ring Magazine.
So who should be number 1 and number 2?
Well, it depends. Okay, so I would say if this guy isn't retired, Lomachenko should obviously still be number 1, and then Zepeda should be 2, and then Tanky should be 3, and then Shakur should be 4. And then the winner of Shakur and Tank.
Oh, Shakur should be 3?
No, or you can put 3. Yeah, you can put Shakur at 3 too, because he was lineal at 130. I wouldn't mind that. You can put Shakur at 3, Tank 4. They can flip flop. I think Zepeda probably beats them all at this point. By the way, I'm just gonna say that.
What are we basing this off of?
What the amount of top 10 wins they have in the division. You know, Zepeda has the same amount of wins in the top 10 that fucking Tanky does at 135.
Well, if we judging off that,
glaze Zepeda.
Well, if you're judging off that, then you're right.
You've been glazing about Davis the entire fucking time.
Hey man, I just got to get equal. You're right. You know, listen, I got the binoculars on. I'm not going to deny.
But we're not glazing nobody. See, we're just giving facts. See, I don't glaze no fighter. I don't play that skin color shit. You know, I'm gonna make a Crip joke every now and then.
I just said I love.
But what I'm saying,
what I'm saying
is, if I look at their resumes, I look at how they're rated by the Ring Magazine. I know the Ring Magazine plays a racial bias towards black people, And but even with all that said, Tank Davis has still not done shit in his entire career. He has not fought one elite fighter. There's no reason why he should ever be above a guy like Taraji or Teofimo Lopez on a pound for pound list ever. Like if you have him above those guys, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And I just like completely go mute. It's like when a woman's never mind. I shouldn't.
Well,
go
you know,
there.
the pound for pound list itself is subjective.
Yeah,
Like,
but yeah. Most
But,
people's
you know,
pound for
man,
pound list.
I think it's subjective that
Yeah,
hasn't fought anybody to be on the top 10 pound for pound list.
Right.
And listen, I'm a Tank Davis fan. I said it before. Tank hasn't fought anyone. I'm sorry. That's
I mean,
just
I
it.
don't
He
think that
hasn't.
is. I think the only person he needs to fight is Lomachenko at 35.
Yeah, fight Lomachenko get a win over
What if Lomachenko dies from a bomb attack or?
Let's not do that, bro. That's crazy as fuck to say.
Then you got Zepeda or Shakur. Those are the
right. So then you shouldn't say the only person he should fight is Lomachenko. There's work to do.
Well, we're talking about the number 1 and number 2 in the Ring Magazine rankings, right? So if you win that fight, you're the lineal at that weight class. You're the Ring Magazine. You're the man.
That is true.
But why do y'all rate?
Like I said, I don't pull bullshit rankings out of my ass. And like, say, like, I think this guy is this or whatever. I go off real rankings. Like
Loma's not interested in fighting him right now.
But who's ranked?
Yeah, we don't know.
And you said who would be the next 2 people, and I told you it would be Zepeda or Shakur.
Yep.
So is Zepeda at 140?
No,
He's at
135. Zepeda can still make weight. Hopefully, I'd imagine he's still comfortable there. But
because y'all know, I mean, I guess I got the binoculars on, but I'm not a fan of having to force a 5'5" fighter to go up when Nio anyway is like about the same height, and he's like he doesn't have no fucking rush to go up at all.
Oh,
so I don't really
have problems at
but he's
126.
not the same. He's not the same
He's
size.
gonna have some problems at 126.
Wait, he currently has problems.
Anyways, gonna have some problems at 126. You got
Of course.
right there.
Those guys are naturally bigger than him too, a little bit. This is like the first time he's fighting really elite fighters that are a little bit bigger than him. I think Inoue's great too. I just think he's a little bit overrated. Not like Tank or nothing like that. He's
A little bit overrated. He's not. I don't know. Maybe I rate the knockouts too much. But if you're getting in there every time and you're
he's a
stopping
great
guys,
fighter.
Yeah, he's
right.
Thinking of who you fight, man. His best win is a very
especially
old
that Neri win. He got dropped and he came back and bust his ass. I love that
Neri
win.
was never seen as elite. Like he's a decent fighter, but he's a slugger.
Right.
He's a southpaw slugger. Neri's not that good
But
of a
that's
fighter.
crazy. I like the eye test. I like seeing guys like have to go through adversity.
I'm not saying Inoue's much more complete than Tank is. He got a much better resume than Tank. I'm just saying
of course.
he's not. He hasn't taken the risks that other fighters with losses has. He hasn't taken the risks that Chocolatito, Canelo, Lomachenko, Usyk have. He's not yet. I mean, not in total. He hasn't yet. Not for as many.
126.
Yeah, it would.
But you can't say I have Tank Davis in my top 10 pound for pound list based on the eye test. You cannot say that. I think we can. Yes, I agree. It's subjective. I agree, but there's still something we can agree with, like the consensus that you're looking at the resume of the fighter, not just the eye test. Because if it came to the eye test, then there would be some guys that are not even champions yet or stuff like that. So
yeah, because how do I pronounce it? I don't know if it's Bucho or Bucho, but I was gonna say so you wouldn't even maybe I sound crazy, so you wouldn't even put Boots in the top 10.
No.
Oh my God, man, Jesus!
What the fuck is wrong with
but like top 20. You wouldn't even put Boots in the top 20.
I haven't made a top 20 list. I don't even think he fits in the top 20.
You get him in there with Danny on it.
I don't think I get taken there.
When I think it's funny. It's always Americans that end up in based on the eye test.
It's
based
their
on
favorite fighter.
It's always based on the eye test. I'm gonna put this American in there. There's never. I'm gonna put this other guy, this Mexican, this Japanese, this UK fighter based on the eye. It has to be an African American. It's in there.
No, I'm here for Inoue. So the eye test tells me that Inoue is number 1 pound.
No, but Inoue is accomplished, man. He's lineal in 2 different weight classes. He has multiple wins.
Cleaned out weight classes.
Yeah,
true. No, that's true.
Clean out 47. He can make the list. He just needs to get the right fights in.
But that's what I'm saying.
Even if he cleans out 147, he still wouldn't be top 10.
Nah, man, Boo's got problems at 54.
He had Crawford running though.
Crawford would mix up Boots.
No, I don't know about that. Crawford
Crawford mix up Boots. Boots is like he's all right, but he's not like not what he's hyped up to be.
Darren is Boots, especially after how you struggle with Medina.
154.
One at a time.
Guys. If Boots beats this
this guy, whatever, Karen, again, goes up to 154. There's enough challenges up there. There's enough challenges for him. Sean.
There's enough challenges.
And we can find out how good he is.
Yeah.
Easily.
We need to find out how
Easily.
good his
or how bad he is.
Or how bad he is.
So who gives him
Well,
problems?
I'm giving him Mark. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm saying. He can show how good he is if he's really that.
That's what I told Dirk all the time. I always told him, listen, we gotta wait and see. I'm not gonna say he's bad. I'm gonna say he's good. So far, I'm not convinced.
We saw Whitaker, right? What is Boots known for? The highlights and shit. We saw what happened to Whitaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's on the prospect. Hey, but Whitaker different. Whitaker sits up there and clowns. Like, Boots is going to fuck you up.
Then Whitaker has a deeper like pedigree in boxing than Boots does. He was a silver medalist.
Damn, I mean, I guess I have to agree to disagree because I personally don't rate the amateur boxing.
Maybe he should have took that fight then because he was getting a lot of money for that.
I'm not saying that he's going to transfer into pros, but it counts for something.
It does count for something. Exactly how you said. Exactly how you said. I'm not saying it doesn't transfer into pros for me. There's like a handful. There's a good amount of guys where it transferred.
But
there's
Triple G, Oscar De La Hoya.
Right now, I'm trusting
Lloyd. You can name them. You can name them, but there's guys who also was great in the amateurs and then it didn't pan out.
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of that has to do with like promotion and stuff like that as well.
I would agree.
But yeah, but it means something in a sense for sure.
Well, this Karen fight is great because Boots, he got a lot of criticism for that fight, the way he performed.
Which he pitched a shutout.
Yeah, still, I mean, there was criticism because he was supposed to knock him out. He didn't look great. He didn't look like a knockout artist in that fight, let's be honest. Now, people are saying, oh, because Karen ran, okay. Well, we'll see if he's able to maybe pull off a knockout or a stoppage in this fight. If he does, then we got to give him credit. If he doesn't...
I think he will.
Well, what do you want to do after this, Bucha?
I was just gonna ask that. Would y'all rather him clean out 47 or just go straight up?
Can he make 147? He looks pretty big. He looks big for 147, and if he's struggling to make 147, I think he should just move up.
I agree with that because I don't like weight bullies, but he's yet to struggle. So what if he's able to make the weight and cleans up 47?
Is it true that he's struggling? Somebody said that.
That dude's bigger than Haney. He's huge, dude.
He's certainly bigger than Haney, but he makes the weight, and there's no business.
Can you really be a weight bully if you're on a 10-pound rehydration clause with the IBF?
Yeah, they don't. Trust me, they don't.
Exactly.
No, listen.
IBF
He
is
does
pretty
not.
strict, bro.
He does not come in at 157. If they do the rehydration, the second day weigh-in in the morning or like the afternoon. Then
They're changing the rules now. They do it like not even a day before, like a day and a half before or some shit like that.
If you really think Ron Ennis was 157 pounds against fucking Avanesian, you're on crack, dude. That dude looked
he looked big in there. So what y'all saying? After the morning, he just gets big as fuck.
Yeah.
Listen, just looking at it, whether he makes a weight or not, he looks. We gotta admit, he's a big welterweight.
He looked huge against Avanesian. What the fuck?
Crawford's last fight, Crawford weighed about, what was it?
170. He weighed 170 on the dot.
Okay, look at Boots. And look at Crawford. Do they look like? Yeah. Like Boots might be a little bit bigger than him.
So y'all think he rehydrated 15, 20 pounds in less than half of a day?
More than that. These guys rehydrate 20. A lot of these guys rehydrate 25 pounds. Haney
depends how much muscle you got.
Devin Haney knocked down to 140 to fight pro grade on the night of the fight. 165.
No. Facts. But we're talking about the IBF that makes you wait in the morning.
No, they're changing. No.
That doesn't work for unifications either. They throw that out the window.
Throw that shit out the window, bro. Yeah.
They've become my most hated organization of all boxing because I think they sell them. You're like, oh, You should go look at it right now. They keep people like for the 1 through 3. There's nobody ranked there. It's like, well, what the fuck is the point of that?
Right.
To be fair, if it wasn't for the IBF, we might not have gotten an opportunity.
Yeah, because nobody was trying to give him the shot.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't really care.
My
They did
favorite
one
fighters.
thing right. Look at the other shit. Look at the other shit they're doing right now. They're stripping Usyk. What's the other guy they're stripping right now? They're stripping somebody else. After like they're out of their minds. They're just like
it's not Usyk. Who had the IBF before Usyk? Usyk had the IBF, ain't it, or was it Fury that had it? But before they
Joshua had it. And before that, it was this other, yeah.
Oh, so Usyk had it going into the Tyson fight, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that's wrong then, because he didn't have it for that long. Yeah, the IBF tripping.
He beat AJ, so he takes all the belts that AJ had.
Right, and then he fought Dubois and defended it, and then defended that technically against.
Because he's not fighting Hrgovic. Instead, he's going to fight Fury in a rematch. It's like, who in the hell gives a shit about Hrgovic? Nobody.
After he lost to Dubois, right? Exactly.
Dubois. Jesus,
it's fucking insane. It's like, why would that be priority over anything? They're an absolute like shit fest of an organization. I'm tired of them. They need to be thrown out of boxing.
Wouldn't the IBF make more money sanctioning the the Fury Usyk rematch? That's what.
Of course.
Yeah, you would think so.
You would, I was just about to say that.
All these sanctioning bodies get paid off covertly on the side for like these other promoters and shit.
Exactly.
That's a good point. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then back to the initial point then. So Boots just has to go up. Fuck trying to get all the other belts. He's just a natural 155, 154 pounder if at best. He has to go up after this fight.
To fight him at
middleweight. That dude looks like a middleweight.
Nobody wants to fight Boots.
You look like a middleweight, Dion.
Absolutely. Not only that, let's think about the money because money's part of the money's part of the game as well, right? So money's part of the game as well. Boots Ennis wants to make some money. Really, at 147 right now, are there any lucrative fights?
No, but he can get real quick. He can make really. I'm probably one of the only people that thinks he should stay there because I think he can clean that up rather quickly, and it gives you a lot more. You could do it right. You know what I would do? I would get the WBO belt. I become super champion, and then I challenge. And I become a #1 contender at 54. I wouldn't move up. I would get that damn belt first.
Doesn't Crawford start at WBO for 147?
I agree.
All the big fights. No, wait, y'all said, hold on.
Fedora has it.
Go ahead.
Has it.
I was about to say, so wait. Y'all say Boost is gonna have problems at 154. So besides
he might have problems there. He might.
Bud is the animal. So besides Bud, who gives them problems? Because Earl's not giving them problems, and I love EJ, so Earl won't give them problems.
We don't know.
If you see those guys,
I can think of fights.
I know we don't know. Of course, we don't know. I'm going on styles.
At 154. At 154.
Yeah, at 154. You got Polachuk. You got
Ramos. You got Conwell, Mendoza.
Guys, you might even call me crazy. You might even call me crazy.
Brian Mendoza?
You know what? Who I would say? Jermel Charlotte. Believe it or not.
That's the only one.
Right.
So whoever said you might call me crazy, but Jermel,
yes.
That's not even crazy of you to think that. That's the only real problem.
Listen, we don't know if people
guys, one at a time.
Yeah, one at a fucking time, man. God fucking damn.
Like this all day.
Yeah, bro. Shit, every time I would say something, somebody just jumps out. Listen, man, at 154, we don't know if there's names up there. If he breezes through them, okay, then he is who some of y'all think he is.
Who I think he is, right.
Right, okay, that's fine. Then guess what? He doesn't have to convince you. Now he's convinced everybody that may have doubted him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what did you want to find out if he could just breeze through these guys at 154?
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying, of course. Who's gonna give him? So besides, I'm thinking, okay, Madrimov and Jermel, but then y'all are throwing out Brian Mendoza, who's getting clipped by Zoo, who that Zoo is getting fucked up in 3 rounds. Well, I'm not gonna doubt the guy who Zoo just fought. That nigga looks like an animal.
Here's the problem.
He's a problem.
Fundora's a good fight. Yeah.
But Fundora to me gets hit way too much.
The guy that just beat Tim Zoo, Bakrin Martalia. That would be a
good he's a problem too.
That guy's trouble.
Real quick, let me get it in. The problem with going to 54 is he has no leverage. If he goes 54 right now, he's just a random ass contender.
Right, that's why I'd rather him stay.
You're not a belt holder. You're not a big money fight for these guys. What reason do we have to fight you? You already see with Virgil.
Legacy, what the fuck you mean? What
legacy?
What the fuck am I hearing?
But for them thinking a Boost fight is not legacy.
Well, let him finish.
He hasn't done anything. Let me finish. First of all, Boots hasn't accomplished much for you to say it's a legacy fight. But the point is, you already see with Virgil's team. They said they'd rather fight Keith Thurman or Earl Spence because those are bigger fights than Boots Ennis. They said that this morning. What's the name? His manager. So if he goes to 54 right now, bro, he's gonna face the same problem.
So you want him to unify 147 first, even though like
he need to get undisputed.
If you get the WBO super belt, you become #1 challenger. I think that's the smartest thing for him to do.
No, that guy left out key information on that quote. They said if they put up the money for Boots versus Virgil, it'll happen.
I mean, is Turkey's the one offering the fight? If Turkey's offering the fight, I'm pretty sure he's gonna pay you.
Yeah, so if they put up the money, it can happen. If they don't put up the money, then they want the big money fight with Spence.
He just lost the Borchek. He don't want Boots.
Spence. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. I mean, Borchek is better than Boots, really, until proven otherwise.
That's your opinion, but whatever.
I mean, Boots is getting touched up by David Avanesian, so I don't think.
Yeah, Boots don't even walk in with the jab. He's gonna just get hit by.
Touched up is crazy. Touched up is crazy when he knows that guy has no power.
Yeah, all right, bro.
Bocek has power. Bocek has like a 90%.
Yeah, we don't even know if Duran Ennis even has a fucking chin, dude. What if he just walks into a Bocek's right hand?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's 8 in shots though. We can't act like Boots hasn't ears. I mean, maybe not.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. No, exactly.
Boots is really a prospect.
Small guys.
That guy's really
a lot of questions.
I think he's above a prospect, but he's pretty good.
He is above a prospect.
Email champion.
Chin-wise,
he's basically a contender with a belt. He's like a contender with a belt in the dead division.
So what will make him a champion? What will make him a champion at 147?
Nothing. There's nobody either.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. So fuck, he's gonna stay a contender.
Maybe I got the binoculars on because I've been watching them before Showbox, but I feel as if though these guys don't want problems with him, or else they would have been.
That's how they build him up, man. That's what I'm saying.
That's an undefeated fighter. Why wouldn't you want to go and take his O and make him seem like he was never nothing and add that to your record? I feel as though fighting undefeated guys that matters. That's why a rank takes so highly. But again, everybody is subjective. So. If they felt like he wasn't no threat for real, they would have been took the fight. They know he's a problem. What makes sense for Boots is to go clean up 147, fuck unification, go get the undisputed, so that way everybody feels as if though they have to fight you. Simple as that, man. I feel like he gives a lot of people problems at 154. He's not that guy, man.
Well, you should fucking tell if Boots wants these fights. You need to fucking tell Eddie Hearn to stop overpaying anybody with melanin in a shirt that's off. Right? Seriously.
He just got to them.
Yeah, and just fucking make sure that if Boots wants these fights, he's gonna have to like take some money off the table. He's not the star Hearn thinks he is. He's not the star he thinks he is. He's not. You look at his highlights on the
Eddie Hearn makes so many mistakes, man.
Kind of numbers. He's made so many mistakes with black fighters.
Yes, I agree. It's not racism.
You know why that is? It's because he wanted to buy into the American market.
Yes.
Exactly.
He doesn't understand the American market.
Why wouldn't you though? Because Canelo captures the American market.
No, it makes sense, but he doesn't understand it. He fucked it up.
Right. He didn't know how to bargain. He didn't know how much people cost, so he overpaid. That's what it is right now. So he has to renegotiate.
Now you got Duran Ennis asking for $5 million to fight fucking Brian Norman Jr. Like, who's gonna pay for that?
Nobody. You're right.
Let's be real. Norman ducked the Boots fight.
How much is off
out?
Yeah, Norman fucked it up.
How did he fuck, bro? He was giving Norman 20%. They were giving Norman 20 or 25%.
Yeah, 20%, bro. It's fucking
doesn't matter. Norman barely won a belt, bro.
They're trying to give Norman 20% of the purse.
Who the fuck is Boots, bro? You're making it seem like some paper.
Yeah, Boots is not popular, man.
I'm not saying Boots is nobody to the mainstream, but people know Boots more than Norman.
Nobody knows who Boots is. If I walk down the street and they ask, hey, you know who Boots is? They would not fucking know who Boots is. Get the fuck out of here.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody going off.
Yeah, everybody
How
going
do you
off.
guys hear each other?
Because
What the fuck did anybody hear that?
No. Amok said, "Who the fuck is Boots Ennis?" What do you guys have to say? What do you have to say?
Said that, dude.
Yeah, but how do you say that and then you act like Brian Norman or something? Brian Norman.
We're not. We're saying Brian Norman ain't worth 20%. We're saying Boots ain't worth 80% of the purse. No, we didn't.
What was the total value of the
He ducked. Brian Norman ducked. That's a duck.
You know what's crazy though? Norman has the better win of the two. That's the fucking crazy part.
Antion's a better win.
Let's talk about the overall resume.
Norman got a better resume.
Kim Zoo got better wins than Bakram. He got beat the fuck up. It doesn't matter.
But Brian Norman ducked Boots. That's the end of that. You can
Dude, he was
overcompensate if you
offered
want. That's really what
20% of the
narrative.
purse. You don't
Oh,
offer
you ducking,
somebody.
bro.
You don't offer
No,
two
you're trying to
small
overcomplicate
name
it. You're trying to
fighters
overcome. Okay,
20%.
apply that same logic.
Yeah,
Why is
low
Boots
balling
not
is
80%
overcomplicated.
of the
The
Why
purse?
just
fuck out of
apply that
here.
same logic every time this happens in boxing?
Low balling is
You'll be all over
overcomplicating.
the place.
Fuck
It
out
won't
of
make
here,
any sense at
Well,
all.
hang on for a second. He offered him like what, 1.2 million for the
He
fight?
offered
That
him
was
more
like,
than he's
Yeah.
ever been paid. What was
that's
his
a
And so
lot.
what?
payday?
So
Exactly my
why?
point.
But
Like
why
we're
is
talking about
why is
20%
why is Boots
when
worth 4
he hasn't
million
fought
and he's
nobody.
I'm
only worth
not saying
1.2
he is,
million?
but I'm
He
just
gave him
just
like
get
a
to the bottom of
a
it. How much was
6x
the total
increase in his
first?
biggest payday, and you're saying it wasn't a duck. It was a duck.
No, it was a low
It was a
ball. It was a
duck,
Clearly a
low
duck.
bro.
ball.
It was
Yeah.
a
Y'all
clear
want to
low
talk
ball.
about
No,
the
it
Fuck
was a
out of
duck.
here,
percentages? We're
bro.
talking about the
Brian Norman was
actual
fighting
bread.
on undercards, making $250,000 a fight. And
Exactly.
you're saying
Exactly.
1.8
Fucking
million
fight.
It
is
ain't
not a
his
duck. That was
fault,
a
bro.
duck.
It's not his
It's a
fault that
duck.
Boots is privileged and gets
It's a duck.
overpaid. It's not Norman's fault
It's not
that
even
Boots is
boost privilege.
overpaid.
It's the fact that you're the champion. If you guys are both not as
Norman's a
known,
champion.
champions should
He's a
get more
WBO
fights.
All right,
champion
he's a title
Right.
holder. Come on.
or
You
title
should get.
holder,
I think
whatever.
you get like 25% mandatory, don't you, for unifications at least? So, or is that
But
Still a
just a
what,
low ball.
WBC thing?
okay, but
But they,
what
bro,
would
did
y'all
you
rather
listen to
rate?
Brian
What would
Norman's
y'all rather
dad?
rate?
Like he kept blabbing about like the dumbest shit ever, trying to make excuses for
Money
it. Bro,
wasn't
he
enough. It
ducked.
wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. Money wasn't good enough.
Yeah, but you can
And what
say
would
that
y'all rather
anytime you
rate?
want to duck somebody. You can always say the money isn't good enough. It was a duck.
It
Well,
wasn't.
Would
20
y'all
million is a
rather rate
lot
a
of money
newly
for
crowned
no.
email champ or an email champ that at least defended the belt? Like I know he's a title holder, but he hasn't done shit with it yet. Has he not?
Dude,
He
Norman
hasn't. He
fought a
just got
better
the
fighter.
belt.
Norman fought a better fighter than Boots did for his title.
Exactly.
Sanchez better than a shot to pieces Avanesian on 2 weeks' notice.
Okay, we'll go
Wait,
fight
for
more.
his title,
Go fight more
he got the
title holders.
title. He got the title off of Karen. Did he not?
He got elevated.
Or was that the interim belt?
Yeah, it was interim. He got elevated after
Okay.
the fight. No,
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're
Or
right.
it was
They're
after
just
the
fucking
fight.
dead. That's
It was
why.
after-
There's nobody
yeah.
there right now.
All right, so we agree
Exactly.
that.
I was about to say. I was
Yeah.
about to say, if anything, that was for the real belt because Crawford was on bullshit. So if any, or I don't even think the Crawford fight
That's
happened.
why he got elevated. It's because Crawford just like fucked around too long. They're like, all right, fuck it. You're kind of right in a way. That
Bro,
should have
they
been
don't
for a
want the
vacant
Crawford
title.
fight, dude. Exactly. So if we're really looking at it,
Crawford
who's
will
the
ruin
better
the
fighter?
Boots.
The man that Brian Norman fought, or the man that Jerron Ennis fought? I like Karen to piece him up easy. Like have a good night.
Karen
If
would
Karen,
get absolutely dominated by fucking Norman. Are you kidding me?
no. I'm talking about who Norman beat for the title. Of course,
No, he
Norman
wouldn't.
would have.
Dude, Karen would not run over Santion or just outbox him.
You're fucking crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
Santion would
crazy as
beat the
fuck.
shit
That
out of
footwork is
Karen, bro.
different. You're
You're
crazy.
fucking crazy.
You're crazy,
I'm
bro.
telling
Because
you guys,
Ennis
Norman would
knocks
beat the
out
shit out of
everybody. So if
Boots.
you can't get knocked
I've
out
said
by
this.
You think
Ennis,
so?
Norman
you have
beat the
great
shit out of
wherewithal.
You think Karen beats Sation? You're fucking
See,
out of
I
your
don't
mind,
see.
bro.
crazy.
I don't see it. I think it would be a good fight, but I think Boots beats Norman. I don't know.
Norman's a
I
lot
think
more
Boots kills
composed on the
Norman.
inside, man. Look at how he fought Santion. Boots, he doesn't come in with a jab. He walks into a lot of punches, especially jabs. He's willing to exchange on the inside, and Norman is a lot more just relaxed on the inside. You know, he looks like he knows what he's doing. When you look at the fight against Santion, you compare the fight with Jerron Boots Ennis versus Evan, and he was just swinging away. You know, no holds barred. You do that against Norman,
Yeah.
you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught.
So no excuses, right? But that's probably the biggest like venue that really Boots has ever been to fight in, except when he fought Avanesian. Obviously, Wells Fargo. Everybody coming out for you, that's different. But that's a different vibe. Of course, everybody was expecting him to get the KO. But you don't believe Boots in fights looks relaxed? He's out there showboating. He's out there rolling with the punches.
So
No,
what?
he didn't look that way against Avanesian, man. And
So
that's
what?
about who you fight. Yeah, so what, dude?
Oh, that's
Like,
one
come
fight, and
on.
also he still knocked that dude out, bro.
Like, okay, we saw it. Now we want to see him fight some top 5 position. I mean, is that too much to fucking ask at this point? Like,
There's just not a lot of opposition there, but he'll get it. I think there's.
Well,
Who's next?
I hope so.
I mean,
think he will.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised the rematch in the Karen.
I mean, he's
fight.
already
That was-
a 20 dude.
that blew my
Me
mind.
too. Me too. I'm surprised. I love y'all point of view. So y'all rather just guys just get in there and just fight the best guys. Y'all don't even want guys to build themselves in no way possible. Like even if you have to have leverage, you rather just get in there and just fight the best guys. That's y'all mindset.
Well, that's what Lomachenko did, and he got criticized because he lost to Salido, right? Like, so I mean, I don't understand you guys. I don't understand people like this.
I
would have rather
I think at
Lomachenko
this
build
point
himself
he's
for
ready
a couple
for
of fights.
he's ready for bigger fights now.
Okay.
Well, Tell
That's
those
my
guys
point
to
of
fight
view.
him, Bucho. They don't want no smoke.
Well, I mean, that's surprising. That I don't know. That I don't know, man. I don't know about that shit.
You can't.
Yeah,
Dirk,
I don't know, especially when one guy is a common denominator.
Yep. Listen, Dirk. Look
I
at
literally
Boots.
just showed you the tweet with Virgil Ortiz manager, bro. They
Bro,
don't want smoke, bro. It is what
Look
it
at
is.
Boots highlights.
We see the Boots profile pic. We know you hard down go
Yeah,
ride for him,
yeah.
but
Exactly.
but I fuck with Boots too though.
Look at Boots' highlights against Avanesian and compare the Norman highlights. They both got the same amount of views. He's not this megastar. He's not worth 80% of the purse. He's just not. If you think he is, he's high. He's lowballing.
And by
He's
the way,
I think Ron ducked. It was Boots that ducked, in my opinion, because he didn't get fucking Norman what he's worth.
And Dora in the chat, I am your leader says we have been watching Boots Ennis for years now. It's true. It feels like it's been like a decade. I know it's not been a decade. It feels like a decade, though.
Right? Yeah, I agree.
I'll give you that. It has been slow developing. That's for sure.
That's what I'm, yeah. Great point.
How about this though? He was ready to take the Crawford fight, and that never materialized. Whose fault is that?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. Don't that shit. I don't
Do y'all
know.
feel as if though Madrimov? I don't even. Again,
I don't know. One guy's always the common denominator.
No, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if Crawford ducked Boots, to be honest. I wouldn't be shocked about that. Madrimov is smaller than that guy, but Norman definitely didn't do it. Norman definitely did not duck Boots. I will tell you that right now.
But why not just take the fight? You're unparalleled. Just take the fight, whatever percentage you're getting, especially if it's the most you've ever made. Take the fight.
You can't set a
$10 million. That's a two-way argument. You know that, right?
Yeah, you can't set a precedent. No, listen. You can't set a precedent that you're willing to be lowballed in big fights. If he takes that fight, right, and he runs Boots over, it don't matter that he beat his ass, because then if Virgil Ortiz or Crawford end up fighting each other, let's say Virgil Ortiz wins and beats Crawford. Well, we saw that you took 20% against Boots. Now you gonna take 20% against me. You can't set a precedent to be lowballed.
That's an assumption, though. I see what you said, but that's an assumption because
they will use
don't
it
like
against
it.
you. They will use
Brian
it.
Norman is not as accomplished as like a Shakur, for example, to feel as though like Devin can't lowball him because Shakur's unified.
Boots has an
Neither of them are.
Exactly. Neither of them are. That's what we're getting at. You can't be offering that much.
What would you? Okay, just for the sake of discussion, what would have been sufficient? So I'm taking
40%, 35-40% would have been.
I'm
good
taking
enough.
the purse must have been around like $10 million, right? Because
No,
I just heard you said it was you said it was around 20%, and he got offered 1.8.
Yeah, I heard that means it was probably like 6-7 at most.
Yeah, it was like 6 or 7 million.
Well, then he didn't get offered 1.8 million, and that's not 20% of that.
That's what I'm saying. I thought he got.
Okay, well, something's not accurate right now.
I heard 1.2. I heard 1.2, 1.3. That's what I heard.
So then it's about 8, 9 at most, or 8 at most. Why wouldn't you take that? Take the fucking fight. And then who is Virgil Ortiz if he would ever beat Crawford? Crawford is the only person that could feel as if though he can lowball him. I love Virgil Ortiz's game, but why would you feel as if though you could lowball Brian Norman after like supposedly beating Jaron Ennis? Why would you feel as if though you could do that?
Okay, he was offered 1.8. I'm not saying where Boots was offered. What? Okay, Martin received a purse of 8. No, that's not completely different shit. So they're saying Norman was offered 1.7 gross. So like after taxes and all that shit, he wouldn't even be taking home $1 million. So like Norman's whole idea was he wanted to take home a little over $1 million, and to do that he wanted to get a little over $2 million after like camp fees, promoter fees, and then taxes. He wanted $1 million net, and he wasn't getting that fighting Boots, so he said fuck that shit.
But just as if y'all said, Boots is not this big character. It's like, bro, take the fucking fight. If you feel as if you could beat him, this is gonna put you over the hedge. Take the fight. That's probably not gonna sell as much as they would hope for. Take
I would
the
love
fight.
to have seen the initial offer for the purse and see what they were fighting over.
The Matchroom head honcho revealed that his team offered Norman 1.5 million in the end.
Okay.
1.5. But that's
if
gross.
that's even true.
What does that leave for Boots then?
Probably 4.5.
Okay. So you're right. So we're thinking it's probably around a $6 million purse, and
yeah, so he was getting maybe around 30%, like 28-30%, maybe, which is still a low ball.
How about they split it $3 million a piece? If
That's
it's
what I was saying.
They would never.
Obviously, that wasn't on the table.
I was about to say.
You would think 4 to 2, like 4 million, 2 million would have been like sufficient, right?
And that's on Eddie.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I've been saying, yeah. So it's Boots' fault too for expecting Eddie to overpay him, and then Eddie's willing to do it because he just loves to, ruin black fighters' careers, I guess.
But why do you assume that he's going to give $5 million? Why would Eddie give that much?
Because that was the split. That's what they were saying. The split was. It was somewhere in that range where.
No, that's what Boots got for the Avanesian fight, but that's because that went to first bids and
We're going off the split of what Norman said he got.
You understand? So
yeah, well, Norman Senior, don't listen to that guy. He's a
engineering it.
Don't listen to him.
Well, the only reason Norman Senior is asking for $2 million is because he heard that Mario Barrios was offered $2 million. Yeah, no shit. Mario Barrios is a bigger name than your son. He's a bigger name than your son. Of course, he's gonna be offered more money. It's not the same thing. You gotta and more accomplished.
It wouldn't be a better matchup though. Most people would think Brian Norman would beat fucking Barrios easily, and most people would pay to see.
Well, I mean, we don't know that because before Santillan, Brian Norman was like trash against everybody he fought.
Do we know this?
There's a reason. There's a reason why Brian Norman even got the fight with Santillan. They thought he was food. So what does that tell you?
Because he's better than everyone thought, and now he's getting lowballed.
Yep.
Nah, bro.
He got lowballed then, and then he's still getting lowballed.
So you mean to tell me that this guy who was Boots' sparring partner, who got beat up every day in sparring, is some kind of threat to Boots? All right, bro.
Yep,
we'll
yeah,
see.
he beat his
Well,
ass.
You're gonna learn the hard way.
He's definitely a contender against him, but they're gonna have to figure this shit out. He's
like
gonna
a
have to go fight somebody. Boots is obviously gonna fight Karen again for whatever fucking reason. And
actually, I think Karen's is a harder fight than man, I swear to God.
He is, because that footwork is crazy to do. It's crazy though how we just got into this discourse and we was talking about top 10 pound for pound and shit. So how the fuck is Tank not top 10 pound for pound? I'm still like, maybe I got the binoculars on, but how the fuck
you definitely got the binoculars on? How the fuck you got a
wait.
pound?
Did you ask how is Tank
pound for pound? Okay, hold on, real quick before y'all get into grilling me, because I know I got the binoculars. Okay, anyway, Saul.
Yep.
Obviously, Bud.
Yep.
Beterbiev. I love Nakatani. I feel as though he'll beat anyway, which is crazy.
Maybe he might.
Bivol.
He might. Yep.
Fuck the loss. Bivol is definitely still in that bitch. He's number 5 to me. Shit. I don't even want to throw Haney in there because fuck, even if it don't matter, he's still
Did you add Usyk? Or do you not have
Usyk, Hey, I'm sorry about that. How the fuck I forgot about Usyk? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a little fucked up. Okay, bam. So where I'm at 7 at this point. Name me 3 more that's more accomplished.
I think you're 8. You're 8. If you said Usyk,
I'm at 8 at this point.
In a way, Bivol.
Right. So hold on. I'm gonna run it back. Anyway, Saul, Bud, because that's already my top 3. I don't think Bud beats Saul. And then Beterbiev, right? Right. And then Bivol. No real order. Nakatani. That's 6.
You know what?
Where else?
Where
else? I already. Anyways, number 1 to me.
Oh, yeah,
so
you
where
said
else?
it. So
I go off eye test.
You have 6.
I'm at 6.
Did you say Nakatani yet?
Yeah. He was the 6th one. So who else?
Beterbiev? I forgot, man.
I threw Beterbiev in there. He's like 4th for me.
Bro, you already said 8 guys. I'm gonna list them off.
I have that list right here.
Yeah, I know.
In a way, Bivol, Canelo, Crawford,
That's
Bam,
3, 4.
Nakatani.
Bam.
That's 8 right there. I just named off 8 guys. So
You didn't
Here we go.
Run it back. Anyway, Saul, Bud, that's 3. Beterbiev, Bivol, that's 5.
Yep.
Bam and Nakatani, that makes 7. So we need 8, 9, 10. We need 3 more that's better than Tank.
All right.
Go ahead.
Let's go. Taraji, Teofimo Lopez, Fernando Daniel Martinez.
Yo, Teofimo.
I definitely put Teo above him.
Do you even know who
Teofimo is definitely top 10. I'm not going to size him. So Teofimo makes 8 or 8.
Yep. And then Taraji and Fernando Daniel Martinez. If you're not going to
I rate Janibek above Tank.
Yeah, I do too. But I'm not gonna get into that too much right now because I don't have Janibek in my top 10 right now yet.
Well, I don't either. But he said earlier, like, who would you put in front of Tanks? Like, fuck, man. Like, look how far we are. Look how far he is. Probably down the list.
But listen. The last 3 guys, right? If you're not putting Lomachenko in there, you're gonna put Fernando Daniel Martinez, Taraji, and Teofimo Lopez. Simple as that. Do you even know who Taraji is? Do you know who Fernando Daniel Martinez is? Do you know who these guys are? If not, I mean, I can tell you. They're better than
But who are they fighting?
I'm going to tell you. All right, so Taraji, 15-1 in world title fights with 10 KOs across 2 weight classes. He's knocked out 6 or 7 different current and former champions. He beat
I hate to disrespect a lot of weight classes, but you're talking about...
Yeah, you're right. He's one of the greatest junior flyweights ever. He's a top 6
Come
or 7.
on, bro.
But listen, he beat Anthony Olasquega. See, you don't know. He beat Anthony Olasquega, right? He beat Kaioguchi when he was lineal. He beat a former lineal champion in Butler. He beat Masamichi Yabuki in the rematch. His only loss he avenged. That's the same guy that just became a 2-weight world champion, beating Sevenanthi Nonshinka, right? So Yabuki's the best fighter at 108 right now, and Taraji has a win over him. He has and then now he just beat former champion in Rosales. He's a top 3 fighter at flyweight. And then if you go at Fernando Daniel Martinez, he beat Jerwin Ancajas, who's a long-reigning IBF title holder.
Holy shit, we're talking about flyweight.
What about Opataya?
Holy shit.
In the chat,
we're talking about pound for pound,
Dora,
though.
in the chat, Dora, in the chat, Mr. Mirage says,
So for me,
he says Fernando Martinez has 17 pro fights, all nobodies. Lol.
See, he beat Ancajas and Ioka. Ancajas was a long-reigning IBF champion for fucking 4 years, and Ioka's a future pound or a Hall of Famer, first ballot. What the fuck is Mirage talking about, dude?
So I'll give you the fact that you're probably more hardcore than me, but it's like, bro, we're talking about flyweight.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
we're
talking about pound for pound.
Exactly.
These guys can fight.
They can fight, of course, but it's like, bro, we're talking about weight
You're
classes.
comparing Tank Davis. Listen what you're saying. You're comparing Tank Davis, a guy who's never fought an opponent in the top 3 in his weight class, to a guy that is a consensus top 6 or 7 fighter in the history of a weight class. Do you understand that? How many champions fought at 108? He's one of the 7 best fighters.
108.
He has a good point. It's still boxing. It's still boxing. It's still a weight division. It's still part of boxing, whether you like it or not.
I notice when guys talk about lower weight classes that as like an excuse, like, but it's a lower weight class. Hey, don't let your ignorance.
Exactly. So yeah, they don't know.
Some of the best technical fighters came from the lighter weights. You just they don't get the rep. They don't have like the status, because they're small. A lot of them don't have a lot of power, but they all can fight. We all saw with like a couple years back with Roman Gonzalez. Like that was a pretty fun time to be watching those little guys. They had a lot of guys there.
Well, Bam Rodriguez is making some noise down there.
Gonzalez might end up fighting the former kickboxing champion who was like a pound for pound K1 kickboxer in the world, who's now the title holder at 118. So Chocolatito's going to try and fight him to be a 5-weight world champion. If he beats him, he has to be on a pound for pound list. I mean, how could he not? So, Yep. He's undefeated too. Takei, he's undefeated.
Well, that's a good point, though.
I'll have to check him out.
This whole
he's pretty good.
Tank Davis, based on the eye test, makes it into a pound for pound list. Come on, it's.
Yeah, no, you have to beat top guys, and like I said, Tank Davis has never done it. The only top 3 fighter he ever fought that was like close, or maybe Pedraza, and that's because Toledo and Takashi Miura were retired and on their way out. So that's the only reason why Pedraza might have briefly been in the top 3 at 130. And then he fought Hector Luis Garcia, who was like rated 3 or 4, but he dragged him up in weight. So like that's all he's done. He's never fought a top 3 fighter in his division, aside of maybe Pedraza. That's not pound for pound material. Fernando Daniel Martinez beat Ioka and Jerwin Ancajas when they were like top 3-4 fighters, back to back basically. And then Taraji beat Yabuki. He beat like Gengi and Lopez. He beat Butler, who was former top 3 fighter, and he was actually a top 3 or 4 fighter after his upset over Elwin Soto, right, former WBO champ. He fought Kaioguchi. So Taraji's fought like 3 or 4 different guys, or 5 different guys in that division that were in the top 3 at one point. Tank Davis has never done anything close to that. You can't have that guy over fucking that dude on a pound for pound list. You just can't.
It wasn't he.
It's not really hard to do.
He was the underdog against Kaioguchi, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was a pick'em fight. It was a pick'em fight.
Okay.
Because he did just come off his upset or his victory against Yabuki. He won Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year in 2022. People don't know that shit because people talk about how Bivol beat Canelo.
Okay.
He was the comeback Fighter of the Year in 2022 because he won both fights by knockout, and they were both wins in the top 3 in the division. He got 2 wins in the top 3 in 1 fucking year by knockout. Tank Davis has never done anything close to that.
I mean, you're hardcore as fuck because it's flyweights, bro. Like, I barely was ranking anyway until I had to watch it for myself. Like, I don't know. I guess I got the binoculars on. The moment he was coming up in weight, and then he fucked up Fulton, I was like, yeah, this nigga's a beast.
See, that's the thing. Boxing's a global sport. You're only looking at like American names or big names that big international names that Americans
I could
know.
that's why I gave you the credit. It's like flyweight.
All right. Guys, we got to end the show. It's been more than 3 hours, but I want to thank you for being on. I'll see you next time, all right? Take care.
All right. Take care, Blue
All right. The hell was that creepy sound? Everybody in the chat, thank you for being on the show. Everybody who super chatted, everybody who hit the like. And actually, if you didn't hit the like, hit the like. Yeah. So we'll see you next time. Thank you for being on the show. Take care. Somebody says we're talking Mirage. Man, thank God he didn't jump on. We took a break, too tired for that shit. Let's see.
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
I'm going to bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's got to be biblical.